Hey, welcome back to Conversations with A&A. Tonight we're talking about divorce drama, dirty Macking culture, and the influence of Kevin Samuels. But before we jump into it, make sure you subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. And for those of you ready to transfer their credit and financial future, head over to Redemption Credit at www.redemptioncredit360.com. Once again, that's Redemption Credit at www.redemptioncredit360.com and get a free credit analysis and consultation. Hey, Avon, what's going on?
Hello, Miss Jenkins. How are you? I am well. I am well. I missed us not being on the air for the past couple of weeks, but we're back. We're back.
Because you had to go on like 3 months vacation. That's why.
The first one was a forced one. That's what it was. It wasn't a planned one. It was a forced vacation, and then I just went away for a week last week to see family.
You and Abdul was missing. Abdul just came back too, right? Right, Abdul?
Yeah, but I was waiting for y'all.
Oh, okay.
He was waiting for us. Are we sure he wasn't on the run, Angela? He might have been on the run, but I don't want to say anything out loud. You know what I'm saying?
No, because I was just waiting for everybody to take their medication and make sure they're okay.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. No, you did not.
What's up, Greg?
Like that.
No, that's Mr. Cleveland Campbell.
Yeah, Cleveland. How you doing, man?
Howdy, man. How you doing?
Hi, Cleveland.
Hi.
How you feeling tonight?
Good. How you doing today?
I'm good. I am good. Thank God. I'm here to see another day. So that's a beautiful thing. That is a beautiful thing.
Great. It's happy to be. It's happy to be alive and happy to be here.
There you go. That's what we're talking about. So, Angela.
And we are here. And we are here for the blessings.
There you go.
And to hear the conversation that we are about to redeem ourselves into.
We're gonna have
a you got your glasses on? I guess he said me and you got his glasses on.
He said it's going down tonight. That's what he said.
We have to look all educated and all of that. Wow.
Y'all doing the Stevie Wonder thing.
He said, I am not playing with y'all. I'm ready.
I wanna see everything. Don't miss nothing. I hear everything.
Wow.
I ain't mad at you. So we're gonna go over again. So tonight's show is called Divorce Dilemma, Dirty Macking Culture, and Kevin Samuels' Influence. Okay, so I'm sure everybody's familiar with these topics. We're going to go into it, and feel free to say whatever comes to mind, speak your truth on it, or whatever, because we really want to know, and people want to know and understand what's going on as far as these topics are concerned. So we're going to go into that. So, Angela, you want to start it off? I can't hear you. You muted yourself?
Yeah. No.
Okay, there you go.
No, you can start off tonight. We're gonna start off with your divorce drama. This is your
okay. Well, I've been married and divorced once. I got married when I was 20 years old. And she was 19. It was a young marriage, but it was no drama. See, she misunderstood me. When I tell somebody something, I mean directly with what I said. And I told her no kids. My wife's name was Lorraine. I said, no kids. She was under the impression that I meant that no kids while she was going to college. That's not what I said. I said, no kids, period. So after she finished school, she thought that after she started working, see, I was smart enough to have her work. I live in New Jersey. I had her get a job in Philadelphia purposely. So when we break up, she already be geared to going in Philly. See, in New Jersey, there's no protection for school teachers over here. And she wanted to be a school teacher. So I said she could go to work in New Jersey, live in New Jersey, work in Philadelphia, and be protected by the union over there. Because I know when we break up, that's where she's going to go. She ain't gonna stay in New Jersey. I knew that. So it was all arranged like that without her knowledge, of course. And it was no big divorce thing. It was just a simple thing that once after say 7 years we was married, she wanted to have a child, and I said no. I said I had already told you no kids. I said I can't help you how you perceive things. See, when it comes to kids, no offense to no woman, that's my call because I'm the one got to pay for it, not her. I got to pay the hospital bill, and I got to pay for all them years of the kid being home. So I make that decision, and not the woman. I know women feel some way because it's their body, but that's their choice if they want to get pregnant. But if it's up to me, it's my call.
But we was talking about divorce in a bigger way. We was talking about a political issue of divorce. Go ahead, White House.
When you're married at young ages, a man don't really determine if a woman want to have a baby. If the woman want to have a child, as my old school, she want that child. She gonna want that child so she can produce and produce and produce. She can take care of her own child. If the man doesn't want to help, because my mother have me at 16, 15 and turned me over to grandma because she gotta go out there and work. My grandma had 13 child. I become the 14th one. So even you gotta pay or not pay, some women in old school days, they don't care if you want to pay or don't want to pay. All they want, they have a child to come home to say, cry, fed, and have their company. Because when we gone or we leave the lady, they have their child to help company them.
That's true.
And that's what they have. They don't care about the man. They don't care if you divorce, if you run away, they don't care. All they know, you give them a seed. You give them a daughter, give them a son, and that's what made them happy.
And that's why they say a lot of men die alone. Like women, they have their children, and men, they don't be around the kids as much. And the women, they usually be around the kids. They children are their life, like they life force. So, and that's why, they see a lot of men don't have their kids around them when they get older.
Well, let me ask you a question. Okay, in the broader scheme of things, now we were talking about Abdul had spoken of a personal situation in divorce and what he thought about it.
Abdul always speak about personal situations.
I was going to go into what was
Jesus Christ, and Abdul will be saying about him. Like, okay. It don't matter.
Abdul is always doing something. That's the bottom line. My question is to the panel. All right, is divorce used too loosely, and does it create an environment for not being committed? And we use it too hastily, and we use it all the time, so that it affects commitment.
Well, Avon, you answer it first. Avon, you answer that question first. What do you think?
I think it's the way that divorce is being used lately is getting dangerous because people like the thing is when you go into marriage, the first thing is in the back of your head. Well, if it don't work out, I can get out of it. So if you know that there's always an out, you know what I'm saying. So that means I think that you should take into consideration what you're about to get into seriously first, and if you're not ready for it, then don't do it. But people do like, it's like changing clothes or buying a dress at the store. I like it when I'm in the store, but you know what? Now that I got home and looked at it and wore it, see what it looks like. Nah, I don't feel like it. So I'll just take it back. Yes, sir.
Clothes is clothes. Human beings, human. Clothes is clothes.
I'm making an analogy,
but
sir.
I'm gonna let you know. Clothes is clothes. Human being is human being. Do you have a boyfriend, a husband? You only can make commitment and things that are possible. You can't go take a man, bring him in the house, then look at him and throw him out and take him back. No. You have a thing called startup. Startup. You start up with something with a man. If you like this man, then you date the man. Try to know the man. Do pork, ice cream, candy, whatever. Because you want to know the man. Same way you go to the store, look at the clothes, blah, blah, blah. Then you take it from there. Have you ever been married?
Ice cream? You said you want to what?
Yeah, you talk about clothes. Now, where do you get the ice cream? What?
I'm just saying. You get. I said you get a man. You get a man that called startup man. Startup. That's startup to build a relationship with, to go into divorce and get married. You want to marry? You talk about divorce, right? So how you get to divorce? Not even married.
We're speaking about. I'm talking about a culture where it's going now. What I'm saying is, it seems like it's people get into divorce. They don't take the situation and commitment seriously to begin with. So, because in the back of their head, they're saying, like, you know, they got this thing like they're very glib about it. Look,
you're talking about you, Evan. You're talking about 24th century married. 24th century married, young generation who don't take things seriously, and people married based on values, married on what
I agree.
Married and based on what they can. If you go into a marriage with love, you don't want to leave. You're not thinking about, first of all, you're not thinking about divorce. You're thinking about building a family. But if it's not gonna work out the way you want to build it, then now you leave. But they can't bring in century generation where you have my mother and her husband still married to 60 days, 70 days of marriage still going on.
You mean 70 years?
70 years, yes. Those are genuine. Same way like a friend. You have friends who are still 40 years friends. These are friends who never leave you, who stay with you. That's like a married. But they are your people who are there for you, So you have to realize that you put in 2 centuries of marriage, 21st centuries. Why married? That's the word. Why married? Why? Why gotta share my money with you? Why? Why I need your money? Why this? This is the things that these 21st century think about. Why I gotta come help you? You're my wife. Why I gotta do this? Men who think differently think, yeah, you help, you care for, and you do those things. So, Evan, you have to start up from getting a boyfriend first to go up to get married.
I agree with you, Cleveland, but that's not the point that I was making. I am talking about there is a culture out here today, like you say, the 21st century, the younger ones that's going on.
But the older women now, okay, let's just look at the statistic. Let's look at the hard facts. Women are more likely to initiate divorce. Okay, women typically initiate divorce more than men on the average. So women is like 70 to 80 more times likely to initiate divorce. So y'all can address that issue first. Why do women, or should women, initiate the divorce? So because divorce affects the family, right? It leaves a lot of single children, right? Single mother homes. Divorce has torn up our communities. And basically, you have a lot of men that are saying it's women's fault because women do initiate the divorce. Okay, women is more likely to get a divorce, to get out the marriage, and that has affected our community. So, what should women do? Should they stay in a marriage, regardless of what, for the children? Should they leave? What are y'all thoughts on that?
Well, let's go back. Is there does anybody know what the scriptures say about divorce?
Well, you know what? Life ain't about living for some Bible that man wrote, you know.
No, but we need to have a standard. What is the standard?
Abdul is an atheist. That's not his standard.
Right. You said, you know what? No, you should set your own standard. When you're a person, You're a single individual. What I mean is you have your own set of rules, your own world that you live by your own rules. You set that for yourself. You don't let some Bible or religion or church or some pastor minister set anything for you. You do that your own self. And that's your standard. Okay. And marriage and divorce, that's the convenience of it. Most women, for the most part in their life, the man that they select to be with initially is always the wrong person. Every woman I know has been through that. They was with this person and they realized that's the wrong person. So divorce is a way out of that. You should always have that to be able to go to. Okay. Every man you choose is not the right person. You got to know the person. It takes time. You can't learn them in a year. Always know the man's education. Always know the man's future and past and what he's really about. Men will fool you on the surface. They'll wine and dine you and buy you $600 pocketbooks and all that kind of stuff. But see, that's a fake person. You'll find out the real person as time goes on.
But that's not a fake pocketbook.
Yeah, but see, it's a fake man. Men know how to see. This is the thing. Men hate me because I expose what men do to women all the time. They hate me, because I always tell the truth. Because see, I don't care how it affects me. Because brothers will play you, Jack. They're masters at playing women, fooling them. They're thinking they the best guy since peanut butter and jelly on bread. Okay, and they the fakest person out there. You got to know the real person you're dealing with. I come across all the time because I'm myself. I ain't gonna fake nothing to nobody. You know what I mean? I come from a criminal background as a child, and I matured out of that. And I ain't got nothing to fake for nobody. A woman gonna have to accept me for what I've done. I let her know my past because I ain't ashamed of nothing. I did it, so what? I had the Most High Creator protecting me. That's why I'm on this planet with you people, and I hate it here, really do. But that's nothing.
The Most High, you just don't believe in the Most High. Okay, so you do believe in.
Yeah. See, of course. I mean, come on. I was created. I wasn't.
Okay, so you
the creators, the standards.
Yeah, but see, you people. Well, yeah, but you people believe in something biblical.
You people.
Okay.
Don't let me have to come for you.
Okay. All right. No, well, see, most people believe in some biblical standard, and that the white man wrote that nonsense in the Bible. That's why black people have been brainwashed, and every other ethnic group, been brainwashed with this biblical stuff. You don't live by that. You set your own life. The Most High gave you knowledge and ability to use it for your own self. You make your path. You make your life, and you choose the people that you choose to deal with. And always,
the Bible is living. Meaning, when I say the Bible is living, it means that it will only resonate the right way if you're a believer anyway. So if you're not a believer, it's not going to be a living text to you, and that's a whole different story, Abdul. I got people that's ready to come after you for that.
Oh, I know. You know why? Because they've been brainwashed. Let me explain something to you. They have never done no research on the Bible. I was a kid.
Abdul, I could get some scholars up here. Don't start me. You
lucky. Yeah, but you know what? All they gonna speak about is biblical stuff. That's all they know. They don't know nothing else. They didn't do no research. They didn't know wait a minute. They didn't know where God came from. God is made up. Think about this. Just logically.
Is this subject going on Bible?
Right, let's go
I know we're gonna get on this and then get off. I just want to mention
why we going to church.
Well, because she mentioned some Bible stuff. Angela mentioned the Bible first.
Belief is so if it's a
creator.
I didn't say
the Bible. You said some.
No, when you said when you said about biblical scriptures, I said okay. See, you opened up the door for that. All right, well, Avon said, I'm sorry.
And then you said,
Avon's a guilty person.
I said nothing about God. I said, well, okay, that was an example. So I would say better say is spiritual your spiritual standard, your spiritual compass, whatever, and you say you believe in the Creator. So, and your response to that is you come up with your own standards. That's what you're saying.
Right.
So,
The Most High gave you that. He gave you your life to live the way you
What
want to
is
live
your
it.
standards for marriage if you believe
All
in
right.
marriage?
Now, marriage is always a choice. Okay. A woman, just for women, a woman should pick a man that she got to get into him, the real person. You can't do that by somebody pretending to be something they're not. You got to find a man that's going to be real with you all the time. He'll let you know his beginnings in life, what he came from, what he did, the mistakes he made, and what his future is with you, what he plans for you. Like me personally, and I hope this doesn't offend nobody. I mean, I would only
we'll let you
deal.
know. Go ahead.
I mean, if I thought about marrying somebody, I would marry a person more or less that had children than ones that didn't. The reason why is so they won't want no more, you know. And we
First,
could raise the kids you already have. We don't need no more kids. You
first,
got
no,
kids, I'll
first,
raise the ones you have.
first, you can't have. I'm not fact. You don't. A woman or a lady does not pick a man. They choose a man, or they choose a man. When a lady or a woman go pick a man, she could pick anything, like picking an orange, picking a banana, picking fruits. A real woman chooses a man. And in your standard as an OG, once you don't want to have no children, you can't be with a woman who have children. But it's not gonna work out. It's never gonna work out. Because if you don't want none for yourself, how you gonna love the other children that the woman you're gonna marry to or date? We're gonna cope with it. How you gonna deal with it? You have to look
Only
at
only people that have psychological problems with children with this biological stuff. Most people feel with men. Most men are like this. If that's not my child, I'll deal with it. I don't feel like that. I have no biological attachments to any child. I have 3 kids and I have no biological attachments to them. They just my children. So any woman that has kids, I'm going to be the same with those. Those are my kids now. They're not my step kids because I ain't nobody's stepfather. When I was a child, when I was 7 years old, my father asked me, he said, Junior, would you marry a woman with kids? I said, yeah, Dad. I said, because I'll take those kids as mine. They need somebody to be with them, to educate them and help them. And I said, I wouldn't have no problems with that. And most of the girlfriends I had kids anyway.
I do. Your father asked you that when you was 7?
7 years
I don't
old.
believe
Yeah, I
him.
was. I was not.
I don't believe him.
Well,
I don't
it
believe him.
doesn't matter what you don't believe. But
Abdul and his father be having some interesting conversations.
well, because I'm gonna tell you why. I was not your average child. You know, I mean, I clashed with my parents when I was 5 years old. That's something unheard of over kindergarten. My mother and father wanted to take me to school, and I didn't want to go with them. I wanted
You
to
were
go
five.
there with my
And
friends.
you were 5 years old.
When I was
Right.
5 years old, my father,
Where you grew up in? Where you grew up?
North Philly.
Okay. And you at 5, you tell your parents you can't go. What
No,
year?
I
What
I
year?
told my mother I did not want to go with her, and she
At what
smacked me
year? What
at
year?
5 years old. She
Yeah,
smacked me and knocked me down. She
what
smacked me
year?
twice.
2000 and what?
2000.
19
No,
what? 19 what?
no, 1605.
But you grew up in North Philly. You grew up in
Yeah.
North Philly at age 5, telling your mom and dad.
No, no. I did not tell them. I told them I did not want to go with them. That's like almost like I mentioned it to them, not tell them. I mentioned it to them that I didn't
And
want to go with them.
what
And
they
my
say.
mother attacked me.
Okay.
And today, and this is the honest truth. Today, I still think about that. I'm still mad about that with my parents. My parents passed away, but I'm still mad about something that happened that long ago because I was establishing myself that they're not going to rule over me like that. That I wanted to do something different than what because nobody informed me ahead of time that you're supposed to go to school with your parents the first day of kindergarten.
Okay,
You are a brilliant brother. I respect you dearly, and I truly believe what you say. But at my age right now, I don't remember nothing at 5. Telling my parents nothing. I don't know at those ages, I get a slap across my face, end up in school with no teacher saying nothing to us. Okay? So
let me give you some information. My first day in school.
Hold on. We're getting away from the topic, and Abdul, I'll give you a personal therapy session after the show.
Can I just make a disclaimer? Let me just make a disclaimer. Abdul stories is for entertainment purposes only.
I wish my parents was alive. They would tell y'all some unbelievable stuff. They said there's one child. They have 4 kids, right? I tried to get my parents to concentrate on the other 3 and leave me alone. Just leave me alone. Let me live my life like I'm going to, and protect your other kids, pay attention to them, and don't pay me no mind. That's what I wanted them to do. But
Abdul, I said a personal therapy session after the show. Not now. We're not doing that right now. We're talking about
I'm a life coach too. We can see you.
Because this is going to take a while, Abdul. So
we're
not going to do it on here. Hold up.
All right.
Okay. All right, let's approach this from another point, and then we can back our way back into it. Okay, so what are some reasons that you think would be valid to get a divorce?
All right, me personally, I think if things are not going right, too much money being spent. See, I set limits on everything. I never watch over the woman, but I watch what she spends if it's my money. Now, if she spends her own money, I don't care. But, I mean, when it comes to spending my money, because, see, I give a woman a debit card, and I expect her to use that wisely. She's to buy everything she wants for herself.
Yeah, right. There we go.
No, wait a minute. I said within reason.
Yeah, he said he want to go to the dollar store. So we ain't.
I'm really kidding about
that. He won't buy a woman a $25 bag pocketbook.
No, I'll buy 25. Won't pay 200. That's out.
200, right.
That's right. That's out. That's out.
Right.
That's reason for a divorce right there. So we support it.
Right. He got about $50 on the debit card. Don't spend it all in one place, baby.
Well,
this is not a
that case.
Like, this is a debit card, baby. $50 on it. Don't spend it all in one place. And that's for the whole month.
I said, leave $1 on there at least, No, but see, when you a principled person when it comes to finances, you have to be that way. You can't let a woman splurge when it's your money. You can't do that. You got to set limits on everything, right. And as far as if kids are in the picture, I don't want her buying nothing for them. I'll pay for everything they get. I'll do that. Anything you want for them, I'll pay for it. I don't want you paying for it. See, my thing is keeping track of everything. And I've always kept track of anybody I ever dealt with. The few women I've lived with that had children, I made sure I bought everything they wanted. My kids had never didn't have. You know what I mean? When I was a child, I could get anything I want, but I only wanted a few things. I didn't want a lot in life. So when you get with somebody and you have children, if he wants to do it like that, then logically you should do it that way. You stop
with divorce. Like, if
if the two of you are not getting along, that's number one. And if she's this is what women screw up marriages for. And I'm gonna get on the man too. So but women screw up marriages because of their family, their relatives. They bring them into their personal life too much. Always worrying about what my brother got involved in, or what my sister's doing, or my mother, father. That's their problem. The only thing you should offer to relatives is your advice, and that's it. Don't come out with no money. Somebody got to go to court for something. They need a lawyer. That's their problem. Let them go about that. Women like to take an advanced look at that and get actually involved with their relative stuff. So that's grounds for divorce. See, I let a woman, me personally, I let a woman know that all the rules up front before we even get to the marriage part. I ain't gonna get into a marriage and um then explain things to her. No, you're gonna know before. So this way you might not want to marry me. You know what I mean? So I don't, and truthfully, honestly, I don't care either way. And at least I'm honest about it. But if I want to marry a woman, like right now, my ex-girlfriend, she has two children, and she's the logical person for me to marry, but she's still mad because she said I left her when she was in college. And I don't look at it like that.
Now I told you therapy after the show.
Okay. All right.
That was like 70 years ago. You left her in college.
No, she's only 36. She'll be 37 this year. I was with her when she was 18 years old.
They got a name for that, Abdul, but we're not going to go into that tonight.
It's called legal by law. 18 is an adult. I was an adult at 13.
Sound like grooming.
Nah.
Well, hold on, Abdul. Before you go any further, because I know where you're going to go, and because I told you about therapy after the show.
Kelly got something in common.
No, I ain't on that level.
We gotta touch it, but I'm gonna ask you something, Abdul. See, that's what we were talking about. That first thing that you said when you was listing it, I said that's a problem. That's where we too loose with and use divorce, like marriage is a joke because things work. Listen, let me finish.
Go ahead.
Things because you said the grounds for divorce is things don't work out. What does that mean? That's what I'm talking about. It's too slack and lax. Oh, it's not working out. What does that mean? Oh, because she said something that I didn't like. He did something that I didn't agree with. So, that's a grounds for divorce. That's where you get lost from the commitment in the first place. If you're committed, you're going to work towards it.
And most men say, the modern woman and women in general, and statistics says that 80% of women do file for divorce. So basically they're saying that it's women fault, or women should not be divorced at such high rates because it is affecting the children.
That is the point. That's what I'm saying. It's too easy. What did you commit to in the first place? Nobody said that marriage is so easy.
But then you got to look at, okay, so let's look at what's good, what the trends are. The trends are that women are now saying that they are tired, but also have to work, come home, take care of most of the household duties, take care, and pay, some of them paying 50-50, so they paying 50-50 for the bills. They husband is not contributing at all to the household, to the children, and they just saying it's just too much. The weight of it is just too much. That's one reason. The other reason some women get a divorce is abuse, of being in abusive relationships, being beat down. The other one is because the cheating. That was one of them, but not as high as women is just tired, right? So now men are saying that this generation, or even with this generation X, generation Z, is like they weaker. They weak, right? So my thing, from what I observe, is that if a woman take all that, then they can keep their relationship together. Like, so if you take their abuse,
this is 21st century topic scope you're talking about. This 24th century, the women think that they work hard coming home to do all this. Generation before, men will be cooking, lady will be washing, men will be taking care of the whole house. Because those are my father, grandfather generation. The generation today in marriage, the woman sometimes, they don't even have it, everything. So 50-50 is they still need help because they hard working overtime. Sometimes men don't want to work, but they want to marry. They want to get love, but they not produce. If you want love, you got to produce. You have to help the lady. You have to go shopping. You have to bring in the food. You got to do some of those things so she can. How many 21st century married men these days bring home flowers to their wife or their girlfriend? It's the real truth. How they make their day, how they do this. But they want to marry a woman frustrated in their relationship, in their marriage. I talk about startup. You got to start up with something to get up to where you want, to get married, to have a long relationship, to commit to certain things you want. If you can't do certain things, and loyalty counts many times. Loyalty counts, trustworthy counts. Believe me or I believe you. But how can we get to the top? Divorce not everything. Divorce don't solve nothing sometimes. If you've been divorced, you're still gonna be talking about it 1 year after, 2 years after. You're still gonna find somebody. You're not gonna make work out. You're gonna marry to 5, 6, 8 times in your life before you pass away. People does that because they're enjoying getting money from each sources they're married to. Sometimes marriage is a game. Sometimes marriage is an industry. Sometimes marriage is about fundamental making money here, making money there, making money there. John Tom have 5 million. I'm married to him. Divorce his ass, get 2 million. Keep moving. When my 2 million blow, if I blew it, I'm married to the next one, get another million and keep moving. The hustle. It's called an industry. Real life is real life. When two people married with $2, she got $1, I got $1, and we married, the $2 goes to 2, and the 2 become increasing for your bill from down there. Hello?
Now, I agree with you. What you're saying there is, and that's the problem. When you're coming together, is why you're coming together in the first place. And hopefully your reason it is, and what you want to do is you're coming to build together. You're trying to build. You want to build something together, so you're working together. So it's not, I just do this, whatever. That's the key word, build. So that's whatever it takes to build, and you're in agreement with that. So then these things should be discussed before you take that plunge. But that's the thing, to build, to build a family, to build your worth, the finances and stuff, and make it comfortable for you too. So I agree with that. So that should be the purpose, and you come together for that. So, and then if it's a we thing and not just a me thing, I, me, that's where the problem comes in. Because when you think that it's all about yourself, and that's where people lose sight. They're not concentrating on building. And if you're building, it's the we thing. It's we. We're going to do this. We're going to have this, and so on and so forth. And then the minute that see, that's what troubles me when it's women child are doing all the work. Of course not. It should not be one person doing all the work. If we are building them, everybody is working hard to be successful, meaning as a unit, to make your family grow, to be solid, to be powerful and all those things. So if you have that in mind, you realize with anything in life, you would come to realize that it's going to take some work. It ain't all pretty all the time. You can't be laid up all the time. It's nice if you can, in addition to whatever else you have to do, but you got to work. You got to do things to make things happen, to build the family and to become solid. So that's what I'm thinking. And getting back to when we talk about divorce, like what thing that I would say is, in addition to what you say, Angela, because we overlapped on some things, what I can see is adultery, abandonment, mental stability, domestic violence. Those are reasons I can see divorcing. Not so much because, I don't like what you did the other day, or you're not buying me flowers, or you're not getting me the bags and all this. That's light stuff. Because when you do things like that, the problem with that is divorce. You mess up the stability of the household. You mess up the finances, and then when you don't work through those difficulties and whatever, you affect the kids negatively. It's going to negatively affect them because of the instability. And you know what I'm saying? And then, of course, your children are watching you. So they're going to see, oh, this is how we this is how we handle things. So you want to be careful with that. Marriage is not something that you want to throw away. You figure that is whatever you deem is a marriage or how you come together, the commitment. Let's put it that way. Your commitment. What are you really committing to? And if it's so easy to throw away just because you change your mind or you're agitated for the moment, whatever. Oh, okay, I'll get it. That's a problem. That's a problem.
That's not what statistics say. Statistics say that it's not just they agitate. It's just that it's a long going process. This is what I'm saying. It's a long going process. If you do research, it's a long going process of frustration of house chores because women do still 90%. Even if a woman works, even if a woman works works just as hard, 9 to 5, she comes home, she still have to take care of the kids and take mostly the responsibility for the household chores, and do things that back in the day, I guess our ancestors did too, had to work hard. But it's just like Cleveland was saying, it's just that this generation, they are just not, they opting out. Matter of fact, we're talking about divorce. It's a decline in marriage and child giving. Right. You get what I'm saying? So before we even talk about divorce, it is people not even, this younger generation is not even having children. They going childless. They like, no, thank you. We don't want to go through all of that. Yeah, it's just too much drama. I don't want to go through that. So that's what we really working with now. You understand? How do you sell that? How do you sell marriage when now, women have more rights? How do you sell marriage before you even get to the divorce part? But how do you sell family when, women are opting out? They're like, no, thank you. We good. We don't want no children. How about that? You understand? So, and that's political. See, all these things, even with divorce and marriage, it is political. Because marriage is, if you think about how marriage is set up in United States, it is not for poor people.
Right. Got that.
Okay. You have to be wealthy to be even in a relationship. So how does that look? I mean, to be married, how does that look? Because people say, oh, you're not married. And if you say that to an average poor people, what do that really mean? Okay. We're not talking about just love here. We're talking about paying taxes. We're talking about a marriage can put you in a certain tax bracket. So let's think about this, right? If two people get married, right, and both of them, let's say one have a job like 40,000-50,000, right, and the other one may have Section 8, right, and then they get married. Don't you know whoever have the Section 8 or whoever have benefits will lose their benefits based on their partner? So these are issues, that real life issues that the government don't support or won't help out people that want to join a union. Okay. So then say for instance, you marry somebody that make 50,000 and you make 50,000. That puts you in a tax bracket of $100,000. So now you're paying more taxes as a couple. Unlike if you was just you rolling as an individual. So marriage is just not a piece of paper. Marriage is it's political as well. We're talking about finances, not only within your own household. We're talking about how you're going to be perceived to the government. We're talking about how you're going to have to pay your taxes. So it's like it's a hustle to United States, the way they have marriage nowadays. And who said that? Huey P. Newton said that. Okay, in his book. Okay, so that's what we're talking about, that type of situation that's going on.
I told you that mine was a business.
Right. It's industrial. Right. It is. It is the way United States have it.
The business, yes. So everybody married this month. You see, Avon can't get married for she don't got no money, she broke. For if Avon have money and she get married, the boyfriend, husband take the money and run away.
So then, you know what? This is true. So then what are we saying here? So that's how it's done in the United States, but it's done differently elsewhere. So this is the thing. You're in the United States, so when in Rome, you do as the Romans do.
Absolutely.
So then what would be the solution for those? We can't speak across the world. So what would you do in the United States? Like
Well,
first, what you say?
Okay,
can I comment on that? Can I comment on that?
I just got a quick comment. Then
Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna let what you could do, like women want to feel, people want to feel. Well, a woman, right? Let's take for a woman. She wants to feel the purpose of a marriage to have a man is to feel for security, right? And if you're going by genders, and a man is to protect and provide, so you can do that without the government, like without marriage. By number one, you can get life insurance policies, you can write out a will, you can, you can get property together, and you just establish it that way through your attorneys or whatever. So you don't have to go by the traditional way of marriage. There's ways that you can protect your spouse. You understand? Especially for women, because women, they want to be known. They want to know. That's the whole purpose of marriage for women, is so that she could be covered, right? So she can make sure that if something happened to her, or the husband, happened to her husband, which is the protector and the provider, she will always be covered to take care of the kids. So if you marry, there's other ways that you can protect your family.
Okay. Well, go ahead, Abdul.
Okay, the first thing, before you even get married, you should consider his finances first. If he is poor, if he is broke, you shouldn't even consider him. That's number one. A lot of people don't want to hear that, but that's the truth. Marriage is a financial responsibility. That's number one. You should not marry a man that has less than you do. You should only marry a man that has more than you do. He has better finances, and he's a financial person.
That's wrong.
Okay. Oh, well, let me finish. Let me finish, my man. Let me finish.
When you join in, because we want to hear what you have to say to that.
Let me finish. So, you know what? Let me tell you something. Only a fool would think they can be married and be poor, because you can't live like that. You're going to always have that want. You're going to always have that need, and you're going to always have that I don't have. So to marry a man without money is stupidity on the woman's part. You shouldn't marry no poor man. Go ahead, Cleveland.
So what I'm saying, that's the same thing it goes back to. Business, because you're married in your soul and you're married for money. You're not married for love no more. You're not married, you're married into an industry. Who gonna, if you love this lady and she poor, you're not gonna marry to her because she poor?
No, I said the opposite way. I said a woman should marry a poor man. A man can marry a poor woman, but a woman should not marry no poor man. That's ridiculous.
The woman love the man. They are together. They can marry and build together.
That's called stupidity.
It's on your behalf, because you don't have Jesus in your soul to build you. I'm confident in the Lord, brother, because that's who's gonna build you and put you further. Money is for soul, evil, weakness, because we can't take it when we die, brother. We must love one another for who we are. Love one another. Care for me. I care for you, brother. You in Philadelphia, you broke. You're my G. Give me a 50. I send you a 50 for you broke. You help your family. You could buy a chicken. You could buy some rice. You could buy some beans, and everybody eat and happy. And your brother help you. That's marriage. That's love.
Abdul is saying that that's not a woman. Abdul is saying a woman is not going to be happy with that.
That's why it's 21st. Right. That's his 21st century marriage.
You can't be happy being poor. It's impossible.
Money,
there ain't no woman in her right mind can be happy being poor.
Billion year, 1,000 year, trillion year out there ain't happy like the poor man. Ain't happy like the poor man.
But Abdul, most people are poor.
Most people
not everybody. You know something? Let me say
something. Most.
Yeah, but not everybody, because let me tell you something.
People is poor. What are you talking about?
Wait a minute. Hold it. You have the opportunity to make your life the way you want it financially. So don't say most people poor. That's not true.
Do you know? Look at the statistics. I want you to look at the statistics.
I know, you know something. I know what the statistic says, but let me tell you something. Reality. All these people in this country.
No, you're talking about United States. I'm talking about around the world too.
Oh, well, okay. Well, that's a different story. I mean, the world. Well, you know why?
In the United States.
Yeah. Okay, but you know
They
this.
listen, as of 2023, they said that poverty is far worse in the United States than in anywhere else. How about that?
Yeah, you know why? Because the government makes it like that. If you don't know, well, hold it. If you don't know how to play the game, you're going to lose and be in poverty. Because it's the government's thing. That's the thing, and you got to learn how to play with them. You play the game with them, you get anything you want, and they're in your pocket.
That's why Angela just told you, if you married as a couple, you have to pay extra if you live it off a food stamp card, then the government gonna take it away for you married now.
Well, you know, no offense to anybody, but you know, I had ex-girlfriends that I lived with, and they was on food stamps, and I got them out of that and got them well-paying jobs because I don't want no poor woman. You know, the thing is, I don't want nothing from a woman, and I'll pay for all the bills. I do that specifically for a reason.
What's the income that you have to be poor? What is the income?
Well, you have to. All right, for you not to be poor, you have to be making over $125,000 a year to live comfortably. Now, some people make more than that, you know, and they live anywhere they want. You know what I mean? And you know, and you should always not think of a job as your livelihood. You shouldn't think of a job. You should think of, hey, I'm gonna get my own business. I'm gonna join in with these guys or these women, and we're gonna form a business and make our own money. That's the mindset. If you just think about work, you know, then you're gonna lose out. You know, I mean, you know, like, hold it. I work for the government, okay? I only work for them. You know, that money I get from them, that pays my grandkids' college education. You know, I don't even think about that cash. You know, and it's more than the average person work every day, you know. And the thing is, I have businesses in New York because I'm going to tell you something about New York. Brooklyn is a gold mine. When I was a child, I was 12 years old up there with me, Hector, and the rest of them. I said, man, we can make so much money in Brooklyn if we get our own businesses up here. I said, these people, all they do is spend money. You know, you got to look at the world differently. You can't look at the world for a job. You got to think of getting something on your own.
No, but I understand. You know what, Abdul? I'm going to be honest with you. When, you know, I done had several businesses and everything, and I used to speak like that. I used to say, you know, it's easy to get a business, it's easy to do this, it's easy to do that, right? But I had learned to have more empathy on regular everyday people because I started to see things different. I started to have more empathy because I also see other people's struggles. Okay, just because you and me and Cleveland and even Avon, because we could start a business, we could do it. That don't mean most people cannot do that. Most people, I'm telling you.
Yeah, but it's a mindset, babe.
But it's not even only a mindset. They don't know how. They don't even know how to start. They don't know where to start at. They don't. And let me tell you something about even with that start a business stuff. Look what's going on now. What the business is. What's going on with the LLCs now?
They raise their fees. Everything.
No. That means they raising fees, but they also you have to disclose if you the owner or not, right? It's called a
yeah, but you know something. Just what you just said. Let me tell you something about LLCs. I wrote it down on my calendar, and then I've been telling people where to get LLCs at. The best state to get it in is in Delaware. Wait a minute, hold on. Let me finish.
That's TikTok. You're not a CPA. Stop it.
No, wait a minute. No, if you get an LLC
no, that's not true no more. You have to. Go ahead.
If you get an LLC in the state of Delaware, you don't have to expose anything.
That's not true. That's not true.
Oh, yes, it is.
You better look at the laws now. You see, that is misinformation. Okay, it's misinformation going around. And
let me explain something else to you. When you get an LLC, you don't have to have it in your name. You could put it under somebody else. That's all you got to do. You don't have to have it directly connected to you because that's what all criminal organizations do.
That's not true no more. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That it's called the Corporate Transparency Act. It's called the Corporate Transparency Act. No matter where, anywhere in the United States, you have to be transparent. Who's the owner?
Okay, but this is what I'm trying to say is
it don't matter if you
okay, but you can still let me break this down to you.
So all that get something and get a LLC in Delaware and this way. No, it's called the corporate.
Yes, and it's wait a minute, and it's all legit. A person is the owner now. You have it in their name, but they know that you are actually the owner. Okay, so you can get anything in anybody's name, and that's the person that LLC is under. Okay, and I know this for a fact.
But listen, you still have to be transparent. Who's the owner of the corporation?
Yeah, and it's that person. It's that person whose name you got that in. They don't know nothing about you.
No,
I mean,
you just gave misinformation. You said
no.
You don't.
Yes, because see, you're not a. Oh God, I was going to say you're not a criminal, so you don't know this. But
thank God.
Okay, but all right, all right. But I'm just saying, I know this is the way it's set up. You put somebody up there as a figurehead. It's just like criminal organizations, okay? You put somebody.
Okay, hold on, Abdul. We're not going to give lessons in criminality tonight.
Okay, all right.
Sure, but who wants to do that? We're talking about legitimacy. We're talking about regular.
Just wait a minute.
Oh, can I just finish?
Go ahead.
Listen, we're talking about someone that don't have no family and friends like that, and they only have to rely on themselves.
Oh, that's something different.
Average person, right? You're talking about some extra. You're talking about extra people. You're talking about something extra. We're talking about if you just a woman or a man and you don't have no friends, no family, and people you can go to that says, hey, can I put this under my name? It's ways you can do that, sure. But it still has to go under someone's name.
Yes. That's what you use your grandmom, your grandpa, your aunt, uncle.
They might don't want to assume that responsibility. We're talking about that.
Yeah, hold up. We're going into business. We'll have the business class on another show. But we're going on to the overall thing, getting back to it. And Abdul was talking about relationships and stuff.
Okay.
We are in a capitalistic society.
Get people get ready to go to LegalZoom, and that's what I promote, LegalZoom. And let me get a corporation, let me get an LLC in Delaware, and then when December 2024 come, and you're getting hit with criminal charges, and you're getting hit with all kinds of fees, and want to know why. Go see a good.
Let me tell you something. If nothing is
Abdul, stop. And right. Angela, we're gonna hold up on that. Get away from business. We're just talking about the capitalistic society. Just because of where we are now, people get caught up in the finances, and that's not the only thing that will make for a good commitment. If we don't want to use the word marriage, we go for a commitment. That's not all that it takes. That you got money and you know how to make money.
Yeah. But wait a minute. Money makes the world go round, babe. You can't do nothing without it.
We're talking about being in a committed relationship,
right?
Listen, and building together. And the topic was divorce. So, of course, to avoid divorce, we got to start with the foundation and make how we come together and have that in order and in alignment. So it's not all about money. That's the point. That's the way I feel about it. It's not all about money.
Let me ask you a question.
Hold on. Let me finish the thought. In a relationship and to live in this society, if you live in the United States, yes, you're going to need money. And there's different ways of how you're getting it. And we know about the different ways in the tax, how to come around and avoid it. So if you don't want to, that's why a lot of brothers would say, it's not all about the papers. It doesn't mean to be, but if you're serious and straight up, you're right. You don't need the papers. But the thing is, how committed are you? Angela gave an example. Then okay, because we're committed, let's sit down. We're going to figure out how the finance is going to be divided up. So how you can be protected and whatever. And we're going to build so the kids are protected, whatever. That's if you come in that way. that's fine. But it's not all about the almighty dollar. That does not make a balance in a healthy relationship by itself. That's not wealth by itself, just having money. And that's what Cleveland had alluded to earlier as well. You got that. You may not have it now, but you can build toward it. What is your commitment to each other? Are you committed to building? Are we building? If it's not going to be the traditional or the way marriage is in the United States or whatever, or wherever else is in the world, how are you committing? How are you coming together? What is your purpose for coming together? Why are you here? The thing is, this is too lax. We're just dating and trying this one out just because I want that. See, that's the crazy part. And then the thing is, we keep doing that. What are we showing these kids?
So okay, but let me ask you one question.
We older. What are we going to show the next generation? That's what it's about. We older.
Well, wait a minute. This generation is already lost.
No,
okay, this generation is lost.
Nope. Go back. Go finish your thought, but I'm telling you right
all right,
now.
All right. Let me explain something to you. There can be no romance without finance. That's something that was out there when I was a child. My father taught me that. He says, look, when you get to be a man, do what I did. I did that too. The man, number one, brings in all the cash. Let that woman keep her money. You know why? She got nothing to complain about. She got every dime she makes, that's her money in her account, and there's no such thing as joint accounts. Never get a joint account with a man. Never do that. Always have your separate account, and he pays the bills. If you got a man that can't pay all them bills for you and the kids, you don't need him. Okay? Don't make that mistake. Don't be fooled by, oh, I love him so much. I know he don't have much. Well, if he don't have much, he should be with somebody else that don't have much either. You know,
well, that's what. But listen. But some woman is in that situation. Some woman is not going to get. Some woman is not going to get that man that have money like that, or have. Some woman might get a man that makes 30,000, 40,000, 50,000. Some woman can't pull that type of man that and never will. So this is what I'm saying. I'm not saying
wait a minute. If you're a woman, okay, and you're sure yourself, you can get any kind of man you want.
The majority of women is not sure they say, what are you talking about?
Well, that's a different subject. That's a different thing.
Yeah, most women.
Okay,
majority. Most women don't listen. Most women is sitting around here talking about they want this type of man. They never had that type of man that you're talking about. They don't know how to get that type of man. They're not even exposed to that type of man. So there's certain things that you have to do. If you're that type of woman that you've been exposed to that, fine. I'm not saying that I'm against that, but we're talking about women who, or we're speaking in general in terms of people who can do it. Fine, you can do it. But for women and for young women, people that's coming together, first of all, let's talk about the young people. Okay. If you're a younger couple, you might be a younger couple and you starting out together. He's 20 something, you 20 something, you love. You're not going to start out with no $70,000, $80,000.
It depends on what kind. Let me explain something to you about that right now. I advise young kids in school to go to college and take up technology, computer crime, and computer cybersecurity. The reason why, you can come right out of college and walk into $100,000 job. So it's there. The money is there. You just got to have the knowledge and the education to get it. You walk out of school with it.
And I could correct you on that right now, because the 21st century kids who want to walk out with that now is walking to a game called Scamman game, that they want to walk out of college education to come take your little money that the government giving you in one toll, one pin of a button. They ain't got no time to work hard like how you working.
It's not a hard working job. You work from home. It's a piece of cake. Yes. I do it. You know something? Let me say something to you. I do it really not even for the money. I just do it for fun because it's fun to me.
That's what you're saying now, but the kids nowadays is scamming. They doing credit card scams.
I know.
All of that. They don't got time for what you talking about, dude.
Well, that's what you got. You got to put. Well, you know something. You have to put in the time to get the money. That's the bottom line. And the government. Let me explain something to you. It's the government money you want to take. You don't want money from some corporation. You want the government money because they can not only give you money, they can do you favors too.
Well,
You
Abdul,
know.
let me explain something to you. I agree to a certain extent. Listen, I agree, and then I also say it's two folded. It's two things. A woman should. It's tougher for a woman to be with a man that don't have anything, right? Nothing going on for himself. I mean, I empathize with that type of woman. However, there is some women who don't have no choice but to be with a man that
She always has a choice. Please don't say that.
well,
She has
okay,
that.
that's true. That's true. But some women don't know how to go about doing that.
Okay.
Okay, some women don't know how to go about being with a man and because first of all, Abdul, you just saying stuff. I think you just saying stuff for
No, I'm telling you the truth, Jack. You know, you
man.
look at life differently.
You a woman, you the same man. You wouldn't even spend more than $25 on a pocketbook. What are you talking about? I
Well,
know
you know,
people that wouldn't even talk to you just by
well,
saying
you know, some men are just cheap. You know,
And he wanna work from home. He wanna work from home all the time, but he
yeah,
got a
right.
buy a bag for $2,000.
advertising. Come on, you talking about you won't even spend. Let's get on you. You talking about
Okay, because I'm a cheap. I'm a
Don't
cheapskate.
even a broke man. You talking like you broke.
No, I'm not broke, and
You
anybody know me know I'm not broke.
you're not gonna spend $25 or more. Pocketbooks, the average pocketbook is 250, 300 for a good, decent pocketbook. And we're talking about Kate Spade up to Gucci, Louis. We're not even gonna talk about
Then
Birkenstock.
she can buy that herself. Then I won't buy it.
Right,
Hold
just
on.
say that.
Listen.
That could be traumatizing in itself.
I would let me tell you something. I would dress a woman, buy her clothes and stuff like that, and I like leather.
Okay, right. So
But
okay,
I
let's
ain't buying no pocketbook.
all
That's
right.
out.
So you got shoes. What you about her pair of shoes? You guys a decent pair of shoes is 150, $150.
I don't shop at them places. I'm sorry.
Wow. Okay. So
Listen,
What-
guys. Angie, say what you're gonna say, and in
all right,
Cleveland,
go
I want
ahead.
you to
Because
close
Abdul
out
is
this
full of it.
section for us. The divorce dilemma. But Angela, finish your thought. Then Cleveland, I want you to close out this
All right.
section, and then we're gonna go into the next
All
one.
right. In terms of divorce, right? Divorce in marriage. First of all, marriage is political. The way they have it set up right now
Financial.
is political. Okay, and the way they have the United States have it set up is set up in as a business and for centuries back in the day, marriage was not just for falling in love, it was for rich families to get together so they can join their powers.
Yeah,
Okay,
keep money in the family, right?
keep money into the family. All
Yep.
right, so poor people have to regroup and think about their relationships in a different type of way and secure themselves financially in a different way outside of the government. That's what I'm seeing now. Okay, and that's my thoughts on that.
You can always use the government as a tool because let me tell you something. The government controls all the finance in this country. Okay. So if you know that ahead of time, you can always use them. Okay. You're doing favors and you can use them for everything you want.
I
You can get,
agree. You can use them for a will. You can put together a will for you and your mate. Something
yeah.
happened to your mate. Something happened to your mate. You could be responsible.
That's right. The government take care of them for the
Right.
rest of their life. All that stuff.
Oh, something if something happened to your mate, it's certain benefits. I'm not gonna lie, certain benefits of getting married. Like one of the benefits is something if something happened to your mate, you will have full control in terms of I seen some very devastating situation where the man wasn't married, the woman died, her family came in and took over, and he wasn't, allowed to be, it was just a mess. So certain things, protects you under marital laws, but you can also put that in a will. You can also set it up through your attorneys and your CPAs and stuff like that. So, but that's like once again is if you have that type of money. Poor people don't think like that, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? So, but the way how marriage is now, it is a business.
Yes.
It
Yes,
is
it
a
is.
business. But
Yes.
if you plan on making money, then fine, you can look at those options.
Well, I thought we the people or the government?
No.
So,
Not
hold
the
on,
United States.
I saw we the people or the government. Those mayor
See?
district, they are called head of state. They run certain things, but we the people have to make our call and do what's right for us.
If you don't make the laws, you are not the government, my man.
My man,
Okay?
you guys grow different. I'm letting you know how the history is. Number one, the Caribbean, the African, we learn more English and more books about before America. Enough things we were taught in the Caribbean, Africa, wasn't taught here till last, brother. So you guys change the history of things. As Marcus Garvey said, brother.
Correct.
Okay, brother?
Right.
But you know something, let me say this.
When we have electricity, you never have none over here yet. When we have water and train, we never have none in America yet, brother. So the black man been teaching wrong about the government. We the people are the government. They are head of state who dictate us. And write legislation, write this shit and say this is this. In certain country that doesn't work, brother. So if you married, dual deal with married and divorce. In this country, they're hustling from the days of 1804. When people come here still and today. If even someone right now needs something from American lady, an immigrant, it's 20,000 stocks, 10,000 stocks. And they pay that and get what they want. So it's a money in hustling in married, brother. People in married is married for money. In 2 years, they get 5,000. First step, 2,000. That's money been running for years.
Well, you know, one thing I say, and I always tell this to women. I always say, women should marry for money first. That's just the way it is. If you're not looking at finances first, then you're looking at foolishness because you're going to wind up unhappy for the rest of your natural life. So money. Let me tell you something. Money is everything. You can't do nothing without it. You can't live without it.
So your statement is going straight to Evan right now, because Evan not looking to get no boyfriend, no husband, because they all have no money.
That's the way you're supposed to. That's the way you're supposed to be, Jack.
That's why she's a loner right now.
Oh no, that's no. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. Avon, let me explain this to you. A woman should always.
And going on to the next one, so we don't want to go too deep.
All right, but a woman should always look for finance first. If you ain't got it, you don't need him. Plain and simple. And I'm not saying that just because people I deal with got money, but that's the way life is. You can't live without it. And let me tell you something. Well, Angela, I'm just a cheapo, and I've always been like that because you know what? I like to look at how much I have and not spend it than to need it and not have it. That's the way I look at life. I spend only what I have to, and no more. I just ordered some hangers the other day on the mail.
Hold on.
Okay, all right.
Cut.
All right.
All right. So that was it for our divorce dilemma. So now we're going to go on to the dirty macking culture. Does anybody offhand know what the dirty macking culture is?
Tell us.
Cleveland, have you heard of it?
No.
No, me neither. So tell us.
Okay. I had come across this. I was, when you're on YouTube and they were showing Joe Button and he got into a heated argument with his one of his co-hosts on the show and who happens to work for him. And it's a culture of when it goes for men and for women. When you feel that you're like, let's say friends and you break the code. So if you feel that, look, I'm going to go after my friend's girlfriend, wife, or whatever. I can go do it because I want to, just because I want to. And women do it too. Do you think that is the right thing? And I look at it because that's coveting. That's what it is. You're not supposed to covet somebody else's business. You don't go touching and messing with anybody else's stuff. There just should be something in you that you don't just lay down with anybody. Where's the code? and things like that. And then Joe Button has a habit, and a lot of people, this shows signs of what is this thing called? That what is that called, Angela? Well, it'll come back to me. But the thing is, do you think it is right that you have the right to just go just because you like whatever, that there is no codes, that look, you can go after your best friend, your cousin, your father's wife, girlfriend, just because you want to? What do you think about this?
No, that's wrong. That's 100% wrong. And you know something? I wouldn't even be around no man that would do that. Okay, if he's no friend of mine and he's no blood of mine, if he would do something like that,
That's dirty.
you know, and I wouldn't, because that's a person you can't even trust. If they're that low in life that they got to take on somebody else, ex-woman, ex-girlfriend, ex-wife, he ain't no real man. He can't find somebody else. You know, something wrong with that brother if he wants some woman of somebody he was with all these years and then he want to be with his ex-wife or ex-girlfriend. That's a man you don't even want him around you. You know, I wouldn't deal with nobody like that. I don't have no friends like that. I don't have no business partners like that.
Yeah, that's
You know,
wrong. That's wrong.
yeah, that is 100% wrong.
100% wrong. So question like
Yeah.
those doesn't come to us because we don't do those steps.
Yeah.
It was against the code, against the rule of regulation. Because
But what about if you don't know a man and he have a wife? And you
Wait a
met,
minute, say that again?
what about if you marry, if you dating a married woman, but you don't know the man? Is that bothering you?
Oh, that's different story. You don't know him. Yeah. I mean, if she's married and getting a divorce, you can be with her. I mean, I had an ex-girlfriend, Debbie. She had 3 kids by her husband, and she was in a divorce, and I chose her specifically because she had 3 kids, because I wanted her to teach me how to be a father. That was my first experience, and I didn't know. See, when you come from a household where you and your parents battle all the time, you ain't gonna get nothing from them how to be a parent yourself, because it was an unnatural relationship that you had with your own parents. So I chose Debbie because she was married, she had kids, and the thing was, he wasn't the problem. I found out being with her and from the kids that she was the problem. The kids told me that. They said it was never our dad. They said it was always mommy. She was.
So then you're into Dirty Mac, and that's what you said. That's another aspect of Dirty
No,
Mac.
no. I didn't know him.
Abdul, what do you think this is? That's
Wait a minute. She was going through. Wait a minute. She was a woman. No, that's not no. She was a woman going through divorce. They wasn't living together no more. He left already.
Well,
and
you didn't say that in the beginning.
Oh yeah, well, that should have been obvious. He wasn't there.
No, that's not obvious.
Oh, okay. He wasn't in the picture no more. He was with another. No, he was still married to her, going through divorce, but he was living with another woman now. And the kids.
This is your friend you're talking about? Hold on.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and yeah, no. I didn't know him. I met him later. When I was there with her for 3.5 years, right? And the kids wanted me and him to know each other, because the kids wanted me to know their grandparents, his parents, and I already knew Debbie's parents. So I got with her, and I took the kids as my own because she could teach me how to become a father. Now, most men learn how to be a father from their father, but me and my father battled all the time. It was an unnatural relationship that I had with my mother and my father. You know what I mean? My father finally got around to me when I was about 14. It was a sexual thing that he allowed me to do, and that what broke the ice between me and him. And with Debbie's husband, Bert, me and him became friends. He said, he told me, he said he was glad that I make the kids happy. I take them, I do. I said, because I take them as my own. I don't take them as no step kids, because I ain't nobody's step parent, but marriage.
I only want to think Abdul had these lifetime stories.
Well, something. That's the way I live. I mean, I'm like that. I come from
Amazing, amazing.
Yeah, but you know something? There's some stuff I
We
won't
got
talk
that, but we
about.
need you to stick
Avon,
to
I
this
couldn't hear
topic.
you.
Avon,
I've
I was saying,
lived
I hear what
I lived that
my
life and I live it now, you know. And I'm a very cheap person because the more I have, the more I want to have. And I will share some of what I have with a person, but I will never let, you know, being honest, I'll never let a woman know about my finances. All she
Okay,
knows,
hold on, Abdul, because
go
we
ahead.
get ready to go off topic and
Okay.
go somewhere else. So we don't
Oh,
want
okay.
to.
Yeah. Getting back to that. Yeah. No, see, a man should never want any woman that was with anybody that he know of. You know, that's number one. And that woman shouldn't want him either if she knew of him when she was dealing with whoever she was dealing with. You know what I mean? Now, if they knew all three parties knew each other, no, that's a no-no. You know, if he's just meeting her and she's out of relationship with him, there's no problem with that. He don't know him. You know, he don't know anything about him. But if the man, and then let me tell you something else. If that man that she was with is a threat to her in any way, that new man should deal with that for her, you know? And that's the way that should be. A woman should never, a woman, wait a minute, a woman should never be afraid of some ex of hers. She shouldn't live like that. You know, if there's a problem, there's people that handle that kind of stuff. You know, legal or any other kind of way. But you can always get it done legally because if you get a man that got connections, he can put that man in jail. Like my nephews, one was on drugs. I'm only going to stay on it in a minute. One was on drugs, the other one was a drug dealer. Okay. The one that was a drug dealer, he's in jail now for the rest of his natural life. The one that was on drugs, I put him in jail for 8 months to get him off. And he got back out. He got right back on drugs. I don't even deal with him, you know. So, you know, never take a man as a threat to you, you know. And I'm just saying it openly. If you ever got that problem, I'll handle that for you. I'll put the person in jail. Easy. So if
All
you ever
right,
need that
okay.
done,
All
go ahead.
right, so hold that thought. Cleveland, what you think about this stuff, this dirty Mackin stuff that's going on out here?
Well, I'm an old school, OG. Grew up in the home of the shower posse that know what loyalty stand for. We don't look at the next man lady, or the next man wife, or the next man girl. It's
Right.
a violation in code. You go somewhere else. If this my homie, I don't need to look at his lady or his girl. That's no. Don't look at the next man's wife. No. But there are dirty men who does that. Dirty men who go for that. Dirty men who live by that. When you live by those codes, you go fishing. So I'm old school. I'm G. I do the code by the code. That's why I roll alone. Because
But that is good.
that's what you does in life, and that's what things should done. And as young men, as a father, I teach my sons this code. Your friend, girl is your friend, girl. You don't look at that era. You look at a different era. So when things come, they can say you did this. I got many friends that I go to their house all over this world. They know the code. The woman know the code. If I go there, argument start. That's not my business, mom. I'm here for my friend. You guys fix it when I leave. You do that. I don't get into no one conversation, no one argument. If you were my friend before you met that man, you're gonna be still my friend till you guys pass away. I don't get into arguments in relationship with people if I never know how they started it and how they're gonna end it.
Okay.
And that's the way life is. So if I go to my friend in Miami's girl have argument, he told me, I don't want to hear. I'm here to spend a weekend, I'm out. After I get that plane out, they want to sleep in the same bed. Gonna be raising they're gonna be the one who taking care of the same children. Things goes the world goes round and round as they taught us, but we don't know. They always say, I saying in the Caribbean that the donkey said the world never live. Because every time he walk, he go over and over. So so the phrase in life is that if you come from a solid background, a solid foundation, a solid teaching, in the 21st century right now, is few kids can bring that torch. Few kids can bring that. You could teach your daughter, Angela could teach her daughter the code she knew. My man here could teach his son or his daughter or other is the code. But they have to follow it. They could go through one year, but if they're solid, listen to the values that we teaching them and the knowledge we giving them, then they're gonna get it. Like for example, my son was sick one time and he was in the hospital and his friend was going to school and he saw his pants by his waist and he said to his friend, "Where's your belt?" He had a rain on belt. My son said to him, "I guess you're a passenger from Jamaica, from the Caribbean. But my son don't leave the house without a belt. Number one, a belt is to hold your pants up. Once a man pants start going down, anything the next man who want to see him will see and saw. So a belt must be worn up pants at all time. So the code started there. And that's how things goes in life with me and code. But I have to follow code going up. I can't cross the line. So we'll be surviving. That's my thought.
I like that. So Angela, so that code would be part of the principles, morals, and values, and that's where we have gotten away from. Because if you have those principles and morals, you wouldn't even think about doing things like that. I want to ask a question. Angela, you want to say something before I ask the question?
No.
So, okay, so I'm going to put it this way. So what would happen, let's say you met up with someone that goes for either sex, either which way. You end up getting involved with this person and you did not know that they were an ex of your friends or something like that. The moment that you find out, what would you do? Would you stop the relationship when you realize what's going on, or you would go forward with it or have a conversation with your friend? What would you do in a case like that?
Well, if it was me, I'd had to back out of that. If I sincerely didn't know that this was an ex of a friend of mine, I would back. Well, first of all, I'm gonna find out everything about her before we even get there. So no, I wouldn't be in a relationship with nobody first. You find out a person's background, who they was with before you even go there. So I think it's foolish of a man to get involved with a woman and he don't know nothing about her. Who was you with? And all this. If he don't know that, then he's a dum dum for not finding that out first. So that couldn't happen to a person like myself. I'm going to do some research on that person. Make sure she was with nobody I know. Because I wouldn't want to be in a situation. I wouldn't stay with her. I wouldn't deal with her to begin with. Once she says, I was with so and so and I know so and so, that's it. I'm out that picture. Let me give you an example of something. Hector Rivera, he was in the newspapers. I don't know. I sent you an article about him. His brother of mine from New York. He was considered the godfather of the Diamond District in New York City. And when he went to prison, his kids thought that I would automatically marry their mother. Because Hector always said, get Abdul to marry your mom if something happens to me. I didn't know nothing about that till he was arrested and held. And she said, did you hear about that? She said first, she told me, Gia, she said, my kids came to me about that. Me and you getting married. I said, what? I said, I can't do nothing like that. She said, no. She said, I know. I told the kids that. I explained it to them. And I said, I'm surprised that they would even come to you about that. No, you can't be with somebody that you've been with their family. You can't be with somebody that was familiar with someone else that you know. And a man, if he's smart, he'll find out who the hell she was with to make sure it's nobody you know. That's all I got to say about that.
Cleveland?
Well, and the first thing I told you about the code already. because I code. I need to answer that question because I do the code. Number one, if a lady over there is to be my friend, I'm supposed to know of her. I knew of her. Because I only keep 3 friends. A doctor, a lawyer, and a police officer. That's only my 3 friends. The doctor take care of me. The lawyer bail me out. And the police give me information. That's all. So any friend they have, I'm supposed to know who they are. And that's it. I don't need to cross no more line. I don't need no more friend.
Yeah, but if that's something if you know them now, but they will tell you and you will know of who they're dealing with now, but you may not know all of their past.
And again, the code is the code. You my friend, I must know A from Z.
There you go.
You're not my friend. That's it. That's done. The code stand alone.
So you would know. So those they had a secret. Number one, they had a secret lover. Like they didn't tell you.
If my friend even a secret lover, I'm the man who knows and who's supposed to knows. But he's not your friend. Common sense, OG. A friend knows where the friend goes, and the friend knows where the friend goes. You have my head back. You respond for me going to 42nd Street, homie. That's your job. And that's what friend does. So if I have a girl over there, and my friend know I'm going over there, he know he's supposed to respond for me. And anyway, he goes supposed to know. So he knowing who's who. Angela, me OG, Angela. Me G. I don't play certain games. I don't really involve in certain conversation because I told him my 3 friends.
And if a woman
asking question on behalf of her intelligence and her understanding, but asking question to an OG like me doesn't resolve with me. Angela have a friend. She got many stages of friend. She got friend to be, friend wanna be, associate.
I got all those type of friends.
Yeah.
They keep telling me that.
She have top class friend, a lawyer friend, a business sector.
I hope I'm in one of them classes.
She have friend in every category. So don't know who. One thing I learned, and I always say this: if my friend is at the highway right now and tell me he broke down, that's my responsibility to go get him. If he need me, he's my friend. He's on high 95, broke down. He called upon me, yo, my man, I stuck out here. No matter what I'm doing, I'm supposed to leave it and go get my man. A soldier never leave his soldier. Either you're dead, he take you up and bring you. Because that's your soldier. He bring his body on his back and still shooting. And bring you because that's his man, that's his soldier, that's his friend. But if a man can't do it to you, you eliminate him in a minute, not second. I eliminate friends in second if I don't need no friend. I'm a loner. I could make money. I could create business. I could take anything I want to take by myself. So I don't need no friend who's gonna show the same loyalty in life. Evan is a long-time friend of Angela. They're still friends no matter what they go through. We can't get involved. That's their friend. Till they die. Nobody get involved with Evan and Angela when they quarrel and mix it. No, wrong. They're not gonna leave one another. They laugh at us when we get off the phone.
We do not.
We do. We do, Avon. We do.
Don't forget me.
Especially Abdul. We be laughing.
I laugh at myself. But you know something? Let me tell you something. If a woman had a secret lover, that was her past. You know, and I don't know nothing about that. Let me explain something to you. If a man gotta know every little thing you've done, you don't need him. You don't need nobody questioning you about your past life. You know what I mean? You tell women, but you as a woman, you tell a man what you want him to know. And that's the way it should go. That's it. He should not be asking you questions about this person or that person, nothing like that.
Oh, Avon wasn't talking about that. Avon was talking about if a man or if a man knew that if a man found out after he been with a woman, he liked this woman, involved with this woman, found out that she was with his friend, but he didn't know. How would that change? Would he stop seeing the woman, or would he continue seeing the woman even after he falls in love with this particular woman? So
Well,
y'all was saying that Cleveland was saying that that wouldn't happen because his friend would tell him all the relationships that he had. You said the same thing, unless he
yeah,
went.
right. No, that's what I said. The same thing, right? Yeah, you have to break it off because that's a path you don't want to go down.
Yes.
You know
That
that.
that could break your own friendship with your friend.
Well, you know something. I wouldn't worry about my friend being honest. I mean, no, I'll do whatever I want, but
That,
it's
See,
not
that's
that.
the dirty Macking culture right there. What you saying right
right,
now?
right there.
No,
Yeah,
but what I'm trying to say is,
Right there,
that's
that
a
doesn't
dirty
come.
macker.
Right there doesn't. That doesn't. That's
Dirty macker.
right there. I could.
no. What I'm trying to say is, I'm not going to be dictated to by another person. Nobody's going to tell me what to do.
Well, we talking
Period.
about the code. Well, you don't follow code. You ain't even follow your own
Yeah,
code.
no, because I know, but I got rules that I set for myself. I'm not going to deal with some woman because she wanted to deal with me and she was with a friend of mine. That's disrespecting me. That's the way I take it. She ain't disrespecting herself.
No,
She disrespecting me.
suppose she didn't know. You don't understand what
Oh, well, you know what? I know. If you say she didn't know and you didn't know, that's a different story.
and
That's
you fell
well,
in love with the girl, and would you break it off after he'd be like, "Yo, G, I used to be with that," And
you
he was,
know something? I would, honestly, if that happened to me, which it couldn't, but I would address it with that person and see what they say. You know,
Which person though?
because
Friend or the woman?
my friend that she used to deal with. It's very unusual that any person that me personally I know I could possibly deal with somebody they was with. That's almost impossible, really, because I don't travel in the same circles. You know what I mean? I be around certain type people all the time, and I would never know nobody they dealt with, and I know that for a fact. I know that for a fact. If I'm dealing with the average woman, I know for a fact she would not know nobody I deal with or nobody I always do business with. None of that stuff. So whatever her past was, that's her private information. She wants to tell me something. That's fine. She ain't got to. I mean, and I never ask no questions either. When a woman tell me, say she got kids, right? Only thing I find out about is the father to the kids. Do you two get along? How it is? Is he a threat to you? See, I'm like this. I'm old school. If a woman has an ex that's a threat to her, all I gotta do is find out who he is and where he is, and I'll take care of that one way or the other because I'm that
That's
type
not
of
the
person.
question.
I
That's not
know,
the
I know, I know.
so
Oh no, no, but
hold on, Abdul. Let me say
what?
something to you. If you know, so why do you continue to do the opposite and be contrary if you know that's not the question?
It's
that's
just
what he said. He don't
okay.
listen. Avon, he just said he don't follow rules.
No, no,
I,
no. It's not that. It's not that.
He
yeah,
always
look, he don't flip flop and change it every single which way. So, Abdul, I ain't paying you no
No,
daggone
I
mind.
would know, but you know something. I mean, in my life, it would be impossible for any woman that I would deal with that dealt with somebody I know. That's impossible. And I can say that it's impossible.
But what if, look, first of all, like you said, you have your friends now, but sometimes through the circumstances of life, you come across somebody new. Talk about a male friend, and then you like the energy of this brother, and then you become close and you get together. Now you don't know all of his people, but I'm saying then you're building with this brother, and you really become close, and then something happens. You may come across an ex of his. You may not know all of his people. This is how these things can happen. So if you find out later on that this may have been one of his people. That's how we can get to this question of, so what would you do about it? You're saying, oh, well, it can never happen because I do X, Y, and Z. But then sometimes you meet new people and you become close. And then you may come into that situation. So the question again is, what do you do?
Well, you know something? That's questionable. And I'm going to tell you why I say that. To meet someone new and the two of you start seeing each other, okay, that's okay. But then a smart man is going to find out who she was dealing with before. So you want to do that before you ever get in some relationship. You know, that's what, see, some men will want to jump right into a relationship, y'all together already, and, you know, she the one and all this crap. I don't believe in that. I believe you should first find out about a woman's life, what she's been through, and what she can or cannot deal with. See, people get too involved in a relationship too soon. They don't know each other. You know, anybody I deal with, I want them to know me first, to know what type of person I am first. You know, because they might not be able to handle all the stuff I'm into. You know, and I want a woman to know me and accept me for what I am. If she can't do that, then she shouldn't be with me. But you should you should find out about that person before it even get there. That's what I'm saying.
Right,
you got to do the history.
The thing is, you met her and you did all that. That's fine.
Okay.
But I'm saying through events in life, one of her exes, you don't know who he is. You don't know until you meet him, and then y'all get close together, whatever, and then you find out. That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about you met some woman.
You know, it depends on who that person is too. Who that guy is, it depends on that. Okay. I'm gonna just use Angela as an example. Say Angela was with somebody that I know, right? Now, if I just know that person and we was cool, you know, it's no harm in me being with her. You know what I mean? Because that ain't like he's a close friend of mine. It's not like we brothers and nothing like that. So, you know, I could deal with her or she could deal with me if she wants to. You know, nobody's going to dictate to me what I can and cannot do. That's out. You know, that's my choice. And I don't let nobody set rules for me at all. I didn't know my parents do it. And I'm not going to let no woman do that either. Or so nobody's family do that.
You disregard the code, so you don't go by a code.
Right.
No, I have a code up to a point. Okay, to a point. And what I mean by that is, no, listen.
Are you high?
What he's having, yes.
I know what I could talk around many things and change it around all the time. I know that because people tell me that all the time. No, you know something? Let me tell you something. Honestly, when it comes to relationship, you got to know that person before you get there. You can't have a relationship first and then find out about the person who they was dealing with later. You know, if she was dealing with somebody she knows you know, wait a minute. If she was dealing with somebody she knows you know, she should tell you up front.
Listen, stop talking garbage, man. Listen to me.
That's bad with Cleveland, so you stop talking garbage.
Men does it. Some does it, brother. Some brother won't do it. But men out here schemes and ladies and scheme and other men, girl.
That's right.
They does it for a fuck, brother. If you
some men be your friend, and a woman won't tell you that your friend hit on you.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you.
Because she don't want the man to get mad and them two to break up friendship. So she might be saying, "Oh, yo,
right,
try,
yeah."
You know, but it happens. You get what I'm saying? All the time.
And women do the same thing to hit an other man, other lady.
Yeah, right. I know that too. Yeah,
they do it too. They scheme and their friend, boyfriend, and a friend. Yeah, they do it. So it's a living life. People does it, but real people, men put men in check, women put women in check.
But see, I would tell a person if somebody ever says something to me out the way and that's a friend of mine's woman, I'm gonna tell him right in front of her. I'm not going to not say nothing because I don't want to break them up. I'm gonna say, hey, bro, your old lady came on to me. Bingo. That's up to them now, what they had to handle that. Because I'm not going to hide that fact. I've never had that. I had somebody make a remark as a joke, but I know it wasn't a joke because I didn't take it as a joke. And I told him that. And he wound up breaking up with it too. Because it was, some people say things in a amusing way, but they really mean it. And any man that can't see that, then he's something wrong with him. And if a woman knows that she with some man and another man crack on her that's supposed to be a friend of his, she should say something right in front of his face. Oh, your boy there, he cracked on me. You know what I mean? Because that's the way it should be. You should never not say nothing because then it seemed like you trying to hide something from him. You know what I mean? And he could turn that around on you that you came on to him. Instead of the truth was he came on to you. You know what I mean? So you should always be able to speak up. If you was with somebody that this guy knows, he got to look at whether or not that was a friend of his or is a friend of his or was. You know what I mean? Now, if it's that was friend of y'all and y'all ain't friends no more, you can beat anybody you want, Jack. You don't let nobody tell you what you can't do or because of some code. No, you set your own code. You set it any way you want. You live your life the way you should, not by dictating by policies that other people set for you. But you should never accept if you with a man, he came after your girlfriend, that girlfriend should be big enough to tell you, hey, your boyfriend said this to me or your husband said this to me. And the same thing, woman to man. He said this to me, stuff like that. It should always be upfront because if you hide that fact, that could surface later, and then that person could twist it on you, like you came on to him instead of he came on to you. Women are good for not saying nothing, though. They're the culprits behind that.
Exactly.
Yeah, they will hide that all the time. The boy, yep, they will hide that, Jack, big time.
Nothing. That's their classic class. They are international pieces.
I had a friend of mine, and he wound up marrying my ex-girlfriend, Steve. And he told me straight out, no, let me tell you what happened. I wasn't mad. Wait a minute. Let me tell you this.
We offered a Macking conversation there. Now
all right, well, let me just say this one thing. This is what he said to me. Steve said, Judy, look, man, you ain't gonna marry Sue. Why don't you cut her loose so I can marry her?
Wow.
And I said, damn, man. Because he said, man, you ain't no good for her. And I said, damn, man. I said, you think of me like that? He said, yeah, you're a lowlife, bro.
Wow.
He said, I love you. You my brother, but you ain't no good.
Wow.
I said, damn, man. I said, yeah, and I backed out. I left alone because I know
And what did you do?
I left her alone. I broke up with her because he was right. I mean, I was a lowlife. And I had no intentions of marrying her, which I didn't. She was just a good girlfriend. She was okay.
That's not friend.
And you know something? No, but he was being real. He was in love with her since we was little kids, and I could tell that. When you around somebody, that this person got feelings for somebody you dealing with.
No, because you're a cheaper. That's why you're cheaper than man.
Nah, they had nothing to do with no money. Nah. No, I was just a low life with the
friends. If he wasn't cheaper, then he wouldn't come in and start take away your girl. I would imagine take away your girl.
No, he was but you know something? He was mad.
Like a lot of your girls got taken away. One of your exes.
No, that was the only one because you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. Being right now, let me tell you something. No offense, don't be offended by what I'm getting ready to say. I won't deal with the average person. That person would have to. I like women that come from families of business and money. That's all I deal with. I only deal with two. And that's all I'm about because I'm all about the dollar. You know what I mean? When you have money, you always want more. I always thought it was bad to be greedy.
What is your net worth, Abdul?
$2.55.
Ah, shoot.
Enough to go to the dollar store.
Abdul, won't you text me your net worth? Just say, if you don't want to
Do you know?
if you don't want to disclose it online, just text it to me, Abdul.
Do you know I own the dollar store? I own the dollar store.
Oh, okay.
See, that's why I'm a dollar store man. I go in there and get everything for everybody. You
Right.
need something, clothes, shoes. I could buy you a car from the dollar store. You might not be able to drive it, but you can put it on your
You
mantle.
get clothes and shoes from the dollar store. That's what you said.
He wonder why
Look, hang up the line, Abdul. Just hang up right now.
Abdul, like, hey, baby, we gonna go on a date. Let me just stop by this dollar store. You can pick out anything you want.
You want some chips?
And
A pair of these dollar shoes, baby.
all I know, and a man come now and take him girl, him crying. But it's girl now.
That his ex-girlfriend's listening to this saying, damn, I'm glad I got rid of his.
No, but you know something? I was glad that Steve did that because that really touched me. I mean, here's a guy that knew at that time I was a very extremely dangerous person, and him to say come to me like that because he wasn't one of us. He was just around us. We grew up together. He was a good friend of mine, but he wasn't, involved with the stuff we was involved with. And for him to tell me that, I went home and told my pop what he said.
Do you still feel you dangerous, Abdul, because you work for the government?
No, I'm not dangerous now. I got the law on my side, Jack.
Right.
I can use the law against anybody. You know what I mean? My thing is you don't have to physically do any harm to anybody no more. Get them locked up. You may not know the law in this country now. They got that Patriot Act. You know what that is? You can be
where the heck are you going?
Wait a minute, all right, just let me answer a question. You can be arrested, detained indefinitely under the Patriot Act, and you have no legal rights to counsel. None. You can't go to a lawyer. You can't solicit a lawyer. You can't get nothing. They put you in jail. They can hold you forever, just like communist countries. This is not no just government.
What are you saying, Abdul? So if you find a friend that's messing with one of your exes, you're gonna have him.
Oh no! What? Wait a minute!
So why are we talking about?
Wait a minute! If somebody, wait a minute! Wait a minute!
To do that, he don't care. He just gonna tell his friends to take his exes. He don't care.
I don't care. Right? Absolutely. Why would I care about an ex?
All right. So then, if you don't care,
or his present girlfriend, he don't care.
If my present girlfriends want to go with somebody else, they could do that. I'll replace them. I get somebody else. That's all.
That's all it has to be. You don't need to go any further.
Yeah, right. I would never. Let me tell you something. I ain't about going after somebody for some stupid reason. I ain't about that. I'm a man, Jack. And if a woman want to leave me for another man, oh, go ahead, hurt my feelings. You know what I mean? That's like my parents say to me when I was a kid. Don't you get mad and making mommy and daddy mad at you all the time? I thought my father lost his mind saying something like that to me.
Young kids at home do not try this stuff at home.
And then Abdul, I said 30 after the show. Hey, Cleveland, I want to ask you something.
Yes.
Something that Abdul say. I'm just asked, what do you think about that? If you see a situation and then one of your friends or what have you, and that you see a situation that maybe an ex or someone that you dealt with, your friend might be better for her, and you can see because you trust this person enough, and you vibe and whatever, and you see that he might be better for her. Would you forego the code for that? You would release it to that, or it's just a no-go? That's a no, hard no, period.
That's not my conversation. That's not my question. I go by CODE, the code. My shirt I wear about the code.
You saying it would bother you if
number one, I don't see no evil, speak no evil, don't know nothing. I step over the dead and keep moving. If it does not belong to me, why will you kill it? Can you open your mouth? That's not my intent to know what happened. I don't know what happened. and I keep moving. I'm a messenger. I deliver the news to the authorities that deserve it, my people, my friend. I don't know nothing. I don't see nothing. That's not my business.
If you think, let me ask you this: if this man you think was a better man than you are for her, would you step aside?
I don't do those things.
You didn't answer the
I
question though.
do not. Okay,
He
I just told
did
you.
answer it. He
I,
not answer it. He
I
said
does
no.
not tell a lady who she to be with. I do not tell a man who she do be. If this lady know that I'm not for her, she knew that she gonna get rid of me regardless. Hello? So it's not me to go tell her, yo, man, go, I'm not good for lady. That's a violation to your own, brother. You violate
I
your
just
own
think
self.
at a certain age, I think younger kids, I think as you get older, that those things don't even happen. Like,
Yeah, right,
Yeah, but
right. It only happens in your that happened in my youth. So
Angela,
you know,
listen, I grew up in a cold era. Home of Kingston, Jamaica, the home of the shower posse, the home that run by a code,
and they smoke that ganja.
and they smoke that ganja. I fire
but
that
dude,
machine.
you seem like you be smoking something too.
I don't smoke. I don't drink.
Therefore, why I'm a see Angela? Okay, I'm talking to my friend dating this girl I was with or whatever, and I'm gonna step aside and tell the man, "Oh, I'm not bad for, I'm not good for her." No, she knew that I'm not for her. Then she'd have kicked me to the curb long time. But because I'm a man who spend money, who buy expensive pocketbook, who do those things, she gonna keep me.
Yeah, but sometimes some people, a real man knows. Like when I was younger, when I was a teenager, I wasn't no good for nobody. I shouldn't. Some. I felt bad sometimes for girls that was even dealing with me. Truthfully, I really did because I felt as though better people to be with than me because of what I was doing at that particular time. I was never involved with drugs or guns. Oh, let me never involved with drugs. Um, but I was a no good person. I shouldn't have been. Anybody dealt with me shouldn't have been dealing with me.
All
You
right,
I
and
felt.
that's a whole show. That's a whole topic.
I mean, my parents would even tell some of the
We need
girls.
to have another session.
Okay.
Stay tuned for live therapy with Abdul.
My parents would even tell some of them girls, like, you're a foolish person dealing with that boy. You have no idea what he's about or how he really is. But he treat me good. Yeah, right. You just don't know him. And I never felt bad about that because, I had one girl, just stay off this, but one girl's parent tell me to my face when she met me the very first time, the pop liked me, but her mom said, this boy ain't no good. Right in my face. I said, damn, she picked up on that already? I was shocked. And I never forgot that. She was right too. She was right, you know.
All right,
People,
we're gonna just decide. We're gonna just move on.
okay.
Avon, go ahead.
Angela, you have any thoughts on it? You want to say your thoughts, last thoughts on it?
No, we can move on.
Okay. All right. So the last comment I want to say on with Abdul is our next show is going to be conversations with Dr. A&A, and that will be the private therapy. That'll be the open therapy session for Abdul. Okay. Are you down with that, Angela?
Yes, Abdul.
Can y'all pay me? Can y'all pay me for this?
No, you paying us for this.
Right.
No, you pay me. Y'all giving me the therapy. You give me the therapy, so you got to pay the patient.
No, we don't have to pay the patient. You gonna
I
pay.
want you to pay me though.
You're gonna go to your dollar store, get your register, and take out some money and give us. What you talking about?
I take out $1 money order.
You wouldn't.
We are not free. We're not for free, and we have hefty prices. So you get prepared for
That's
that.
right.
I'll tell you what. Other than that, I'll let y'all come to the dollar store. You can pick out 10 items, anything you want.
Did you hear what
I just take the register and the safe in the back.
Okay, so that was the end of our dirty Macking culture. And our last and final topic for this evening is the Kevin Samuels influence. So, Angela, are you queued up? So, folks,
Are y'all familiar with Kevin Samuels?
You know what? When one of you sent me that article on him, I never heard of him before. But I asked around about him, and I watched. I sent y'all an email on him too. Did you see that? When that girl was on there, dressed with the way she was dressed, with that
yeah,
short.
that's what I had sent you
Yeah,
originally.
right. You sent it to me. Okay. Yeah, I found the whole thing, and I watched a couple hours of that whole thing that she was on. You know, and Kevin Samuels. Let me tell you something about a man like that. He's dead now because I found
Wait,
out he
hold
died.
on, Abdul. But so we're glad that you know.
No, let him finish because Cleveland don't know.
No, because he's going to say something. That's what after we introduce those who don't know Kevin Samuels, he's going to talk about Kevin Samuels right now and his thoughts. So I'm saying, let's show the audience out here, those who are not familiar with Kevin, who Kevin was, and then Abdul can pick up from there.
All right, hold on.
Too high for where you rank. You'd be very well off to get a guy who's earning $45,000 to $50,000 and go off and have a couple of kids. I mean, this is your life.
Oh my God.
I mean, and so hold on. And this is what I need to. I'm talking about a man who's a solid, decent man. I'm not talking about a bum. I'm talking about an average working man who works hard for his money. Okay. A solid, tax-paying, God-fearing, mother-loving, apple pie, hot dog, baseball mother citizen. And you're chuckling like I'm joking. I don't play when I'm talking about the men I respect and advocate for. And you ladies think just because you're making a little bit more money, you can laugh at these men. That's some bullshit. Especially when you're average and you are below.
Can I comment on that? You know something?
Wait up.
Okay, all right.
She got another one. Hold up.
Okay.
We'll let you know.
All right, hold on. Just Abdul, you gotta wait.
All right. I'm a clock.
Sorry about that, guys. One moment. I'll be with y'all in a few minutes. Abdul, because you want to just go in, Abdul.
No, it's just that what he said I didn't like. Stupid. That was dumb, what he said.
So basically, you don't agree with him?
No.
Okay, that's.
Now, when he was on that woman's case, I agree with that. All right. Okay.
Let's talk about it yet. Wait for Angela to queue up the next one, and then you'll respond.
Okay.
I can't. I thought I had it. Avon. Oh man, I don't have the other one. I don't know what the other one. Hold on. Jesus Christ, I had it. Okay, hold on. One moment.
It's called Prozac and Zoloft.
What you mean?
Did you have yours today? Apparently not.
It went from Mike Tyson.
Abdul, you got nerves, Abdul.
To say the least.
Abdul, we have to send wellness check for you.
Yes, I need that. Make sure they got money too. Don't come in broke.
Make sure they what?
Have money.
All right, here's with another one. Hold on. Let's listen to this, yeah.
Young men to do this. Keep your head men to do this. Keep your head down and eat crap until you're 30. Get out there, fail, try some things. Spend about 5 to 10% of your time dating, all that kind of stuff. I don't expect you to be a monk. Relationships, love, and all that stuff, it may not sound nice, will come later. You really need to know if you can work with this person long term, because we're messy, complex people, and we have to have a higher tolerance for failure. It's not that men don't want to be with women, they just don't want to lose it all. I would tell more.
All right. Now y'all can comment.
All right. You know, now he was talking to a brother, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
What video are you talking about when he was saying
The
that?
last one, just the last one you just showed. No, the one that the previous one. Wait a minute, the previous one that you showed, I disagree with that. You should, let me tell you something. Life is too hard for a woman to accept a man that does not have some type of income that surpasses her. You don't need no 40,000, 50,000, 60,000 man in your life because he can't do nothing for you. And you know what? This thing about money, people say, well, money's not everything. That is a lie. This country is built on money. The lifestyle you have is about money. You cannot live peaceably without it. You get a poor man, you're going to be poor and you're going to be unhappy and grow to be an old, miserable old woman without that money. Okay? Money is everything. And for somebody to tell you different, they're just lying to you. Because if they really believe that, tell them to try to live without it and see how they make out. Always finance first before romance. Find out what the man has or what he don't have. You can't get no $50,000 a year man and live off of it. You can't do it. Especially y'all live in New York. See, now if you live in, let me tell you something about that lifestyle. People live in Philadelphia. They got 3-bedroom homes. And you know what they paying? $80 a month. $100 a month for a 3-bedroom house. You can't get that in New York. See, everything is dependent upon where you live at. If your lifestyle is in New York is unbelievable prices. I don't even see why people want to live there. It's overpriced to stay there, and you can't be happy. What I consider happiness, you can't be happy living there if you don't have the money. You got to keep struggling. You know what I mean? Life ain't about struggling. People say, oh, you got to struggle to make it. That's not true. You can make it if you put your mind to it. You get the right person in your life and you two can make it together. But if he's the man and you the woman, make him pay the bills. Save your money. So in case something goes wrong, you got enough money to walk away from it. Don't do joint stuff. You don't pay bills together. Nah, let him pay the bills. If he can't afford the bills, you don't need them. Just that simple. And if you got kids, he got to support your kids as well. If he don't, that's another man. You don't need him either. But that guy, he's absolutely wrong. What he's telling you, live poorly, get some low income man. That's foolishness. And
he defends, even though he defended like the average man.
Yeah, but I don't need. There's no such thing as no average man.
Suppose they with their $50,000-$60,000 demand income, they can move Philadelphia, like you said. Right?
Oh yeah, See, you can live in Philly with that kind of money, but you can't live in New York or California, or San Francisco. Let me tell you something. New York. That's why we make all that money up there, because New York is a gold mine for making money. And when I say making money, not from a job, from owning businesses up there. Still people buy stuff all the time. But living there is a different story. Some people pay $1,000 or more to live in a room. They got to share a kitchen with somebody. They got to share a bathroom with somebody. That's why I don't see how people can live in New York City.
All right, so comment on the second one, and then we got to move on.
All right.
He said something about the second one. He said about the young man. He was talking about to young men about what they should be doing in their 30s.
Yeah, well, see, when you're young, first of all, when you're young, I'm being honest, as a man, you shouldn't be thinking about getting a relationship with nobody. I tell you why. You should be building your nest egg first. You should be thinking about the money. You shouldn't be thinking about no woman. You could deal with that later. You get your money first, up front. Make it for yourself. And once you become established, then you get the woman. See, if you ever y'all seen the movie Scarface? You seen that, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, what did he say? First you get the money,
Then you can get the
then
woman.
you get the power, then you get the woman. See, the woman is the last on the list. You want the money first and the power behind the money, and then you get the woman. That's the way it should go. And that's how a young man should always think. I'm gonna get this money first, and then I'll get the woman later. Because, if one woman don't work out, you just replace her, let her go, and get somebody else. And you keep getting somebody else till the woman fits you. If a person don't fit you, get rid of them. Same thing with a woman. If you got a man, he don't fit your lifestyle, he can't do for you, he can't take care of you and your kids, and he can't take your kids as his kids, that's another man, you get rid of him. If he can't accept the children you have as his own kids, and he won't talk that, you got to have my baby stuff, you don't need him either. He got to accept what you have. You come, if you're female, you come with kids, you come as a package deal. And he got to know that up front, and he got to include your children in your relationship with him up front. If you don't do that, if you just go out with him all the time and you don't never include them kids, you're hurting your own self. They part of your life. They're going to be there because they got to grow and live with mommy.
All right. Okay. So you made your point.
Right.
So go. Yeah. So we.
I just got bit by some dog.
Dog gonna like you.
That's my dog acting crazy. And my dog is tired of dude talking mess. And so, Cleveland, you can make your comments, and then we gonna get ready to shut down.
Well, that guy, the hustler. And that's he's a hustler.
Who hustler?
Kevin.
Why you say that?
He listen to this. It's called United States of America. You could make a show of anything once you're smart. You could make a show from nothing. You could get two people, ask two questions, and it go viral, you make millions. I respect what he's saying. I respect what he's doing. And him do it briefly, and him do it honestly, and he tells some truth, and he tells some lie. That's all I'm saying. That's it.
No, I ain't got no reason to lie about nothing. Because
he was talking about Kevin Samuels.
Oh, Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels, you know something? See, you got to pick up on the person. First of all, this man is rich. Okay, so he can talk that trash.
That's why
he wasn't always. He got well a little bit.
Oh, wait a minute. Nobody is rich born into it. So what I'm saying, he's rich now. But he
got money now. He got money. I listen to show all the while. He got money now because I say you can.
Kevin Samuels is dead now. He's
dead.
Right,
but he was rich before he died. So don't.
Right, because he started making videos. He did it online. He was
yes. He do them. As I'm saying, you can make anything in this country from nothing.
Right, absolutely. You're right about that.
The guy used to sell T-shirts on California Beach and become a billionaire just selling T-shirts. He make T-shirts and sell to tourists in California, become a billionaire because he put the work in. And the work in.
And you know something else about Kevin Samuels? He talks about how women can get a $40,000 or $50,000 man-year job. But let me tell you something. He wouldn't deal with no woman like that. So don't let him fool you with that crap.
That's why I just told you the man was
he said that a woman have to be in shape.
Absolutely.
And women have to be friendly, fit, cooperative, and submissive. That's what he said.
Well, you know something? Let me tell you something about that submissive crap. Any woman that's submissive is weak. And any man that takes on a submissive woman, he weak too. Because
that would be a conversation that men would eat you up on.
I know. You know why? Because
most men said they want a woman that's submissive. They don't.
Well, that's. You know what? I was taught by my father. He told me submissive women is the worst woman you can get because they're useless. totally useless. I don't want no woman to cater down to me. I want a woman to stand by my side and be as smart as I am and as strong as I am. You know, so in case I ever fall down,
you don't want her to say yes to you and don't
no,
and
that's right. No, because I don't want no woman like that. You know, the two women I deal with, let me tell you something. Yeah, but you know, the two women I deal with, they was taught by their parents that are rich people, and they also was taught by me. They came up with me through teenage years, and I taught them the kind of man that they should want in their life. Never thinking they would ever deal with me. You know what I mean? Because I told them, cutthroat, I'm the worst type of man to deal with because I'm a business person. And business people, real business people, are cutthroat people. You know what I mean? And that's the way they live, and that's the way they really are. And that's the way these two that I deal with, they're like that too. Because they was around me too long. But you know, a woman should never be submissive to no man. She should lose respect for herself. Ain't no man should be above you. You should be his equal. And if you don't feel equal to him, then you're a fool. Then he ain't got no business being with you.
No, they saying that. I'm just saying. Kevin Samuels preached that women of high. If you want to, he's saying that for women who want high value men, that if you're not friendly, fit, and cooperative and submissive, you cannot get no high value man. No high value man wants you. That's what he is saying.
That's not true.
Listen. Go back to Angela. Go back further to where he started. And so we can understand.
He started talking about Kevin Samuels started, God bless his soul. He started talking about men, telling men how to get their money, telling men how to groom themselves. Nobody was watching. Okay. He started out talking like Cleveland did say that, you know, in terms of making money and being a hustler. He realized that nobody was listening to him for men. He was a platform for men for years. Then he started talking about female and male relationships, and that's when his career took off to another level.
And they poisoned him. After.
Who poisoned him after?
Somebody.
There's about maybe allegedly that he was with. But you know, to build on,
But why would they poison him? You think, Cleveland?
Shut him up.
Exactly.
Yeah, shut him up.
Can I ask y'all something? If his message wasn't irrelevant,
I told you the story about Malcolm X, and I said he make one speech, and you still didn't find the speech that he made that cost everything. They watch you, they listen to you, they hear you, and they honor you.
Okay, so so that means that what he was talking about was relevant. If somebody poisoned him, it must have been relevant.
Yeah, but he could have also offended.
It's relevant, but they don't want we colored to learn so much.
That is part of it. That's exactly what's
going on. How much black men in this country? A billion a year. How many, when they reach certain amount, they start to take them down?
So you trying to say they took him down because he reached them much, or they took him down?
Because he was probably educating people too much.
Different ways.
Taking people to do what? Y'all concrete dictum.
No, see. Sometimes the government, I don't know if the government got involved with this because I never heard of this guy before. But if you educate the people too much, the government will step in and stop you.
Thank you.
You know?
Well, he was telling women not to leave their husbands. That women shouldn't get leave their husbands.
If the woman doesn't leave their husband, how the lawyer get paid? How they go to divorce court? How they get the money to pay this? How much? You have to leave something to make $1. It's selling your soul. How many entertainers?
Who sell his soul? Kevin or the government was it? Did Kevin sell his soul? Is that what you're saying?
He might, you know something.
I'm not saying that to you. I'm not saying to you. The same thing she said. Angela just said. Kevin was telling the woman not to leave their husband. Correct?
Yeah.
Right.
Telling women, and he was telling women they can't get. He was telling women that they average. Like you
And
have to be the top model type of chick to get with the best men in the world. So
but
if you're not that type of woman, just choose a man that making 40, 50,000 and be happy with that type of man. Don't look forward to no other type of man.
my question to you was, if you don't have a divorce court, how you get a divorce to pay? If you don't marry to someone to pay the government, as you guys said, their portion, everything is about money. But if
Yeah. There you go.
telling woman they can't leave and man can't leave, they have to go through a divorce court, correct?
Right,
And they have to pay, correct?
right.
So if he's stopping that money, we have to kill his ass, right?
That's what it is. So there were things that he was saying that was true, and then to build off of it, the thing is, like Angela said, he did start out talking to brothers, and he was telling them, "This is what we were talking about in other conversations on how to get yourself together as a man." He was telling men how to get together as a man before you go into relationships and what have you. No, he did not make a lot of money that way. But then his message was he was talking about building families and coming together and being correct. He was telling men how to get themselves together. Then women came along and started to call in and to, because he was, as he was building himself, he was talking about his clients were these 6-figure men.
Mm-hmm.
So women started calling into the show to ask about how to get these men. And then when they would call in, then they would ask questions or whatever, and then they would get into arguments with him because he was telling them what these men are looking for and what their qualifications were, and a lot of these women were meeting it. So that, but they wanted to argue him down. So that's what Angela was talking about, when you got to be the fittest of the fit and in shape and things like that. And women would lose their daggone mind. So then he would tell them to give them a metrics to help them understand what these men are looking for. And so his show that spiraled him into fame was called Average at Best, because this woman came and told she makes 6 figures too, and then she can do this, and this, and that. And he was saying that these 6-figure, these high value men, that's what he would call them, were not interested in you because you made money like this or you had a school or education. We say, because they don't need that. They are going to provide, and that because of their status in a certain way, that they would control the relationships. And women would get mad. So the metrics was, this woman called him and he said, "How tall are you?" That's the questions he asked. How tall are you? What's your weight? How would you rate yourself on a scale from 1 to 10? And 10 being the highest, and in his mind is like a Beyonce or somebody of that ilk. And he said, and you can't choose 6, I think it was, because he said, where do you rate yourself on that? Either you're 7 up or 5 and below. And then what the figures that she gave him, he said, "Woman, you're average at best, and that is not what these men are looking for." So then that's what, once he did that, people were outraged. Women were outraged when he said that, but they only
And that's
heard
when he went viral. That's when he
went viral. And then women were upset and people were arguing, whatever. But the thing is, they never listened to the whole show, because he was talking about one thing.
That's when they poisoned him.
Well, afterwards,
like 2 years. I think that was a year and a half afterwards.
So we poison you to live 2 years.
Well, see, he touched on the subject.
Why would you say who poisoned him? But he did die with a woman.
Yeah, well, I mean,
again, Marcus Garvey was set up by a white woman and get deported to Jamaica. For they didn't have nowhere else to get him with a woman. He was the first black real estate broker in Harlem. And he said, "Listen, I'm gonna buy some ship, go back to Africa, And they start marching and marching and marching every Sunday from 145th to 125th Street and 7th Avenue. They couldn't find him. They couldn't do nothing how to get him. But by using a woman to get to him, I'm weak to pussy. And he was dead. He was sent home and leave from Jamaica back to England where he passed away.
But you're not answering my question. Why would they do that to Kevin?
Kevin,
I'm not gonna tell you. I'm gonna end my thought right here.
Go ahead, Abdul.
I was going to say, see, Kevin Samuels, he might have opened up a door that he didn't plan on opening. See, sometimes, let me explain something to you about the government, which you don't understand. Most people don't. The government is a criminal organization. I don't care what branch of the government it is. They're all involved with crime. If you publicly come out with certain issues and the government don't want you speaking about those issues, they'll find a way to terminate you. They will discredit you or kill you. The one or the other, they'll do either or. And they got many ways to kill you. They'll kill you with poison. They could poison the air around you. They do all kinds of stuff. Give you cancer. They could do anything to you.
And sometimes I don't challenge females like Angela. That she don't know first of all, she don't know what the code means.
Yeah.
International language. She don't. She know the local code. She don't know what international code means. We can get you. We will get you.
That's right. They can get anybody.
We're gonna get you.
So you saying I don't understand the code?
International, the international code, not the local code. As this brother just told you, I told my son, the biggest gang I will join in New York is the NYPD.
Oh,
that's
God.
the biggest gang. That's the biggest gang I will join.
Yeah.
And that's why I have 3 friends. A police officer to give me information, a lawyer to bail me out, and a doctor to make sure I'm alive. And the biggest gang I told my son to join in New York City is the NYPD. For that's the biggest gang. They will get you, and they're gonna get you, they're gonna find you.
That's why that new mayor they got near Adams, that's why he got rid of that woman that wanted to change the police structure in New York City, and they didn't want him to touch it. They got rid of her because she was going to break up those gangs in the police department. And Adams didn't want that because he comes from that structure, So they got rid of that woman instead.
And that's why you said you're correct. And that's why most senior police officer, female and lady, retiring.
Yeah.
Because they don't want this new generation of policing which they don't used to.
Yeah.
Adams come from old school policing. Old school policing.
Yeah. See, New York is with the police department, just to catch on it for a minute. There is no real policing in New York. It's all criminals. You got criminals on the police force. They run the show. And they're all police gangs. They got different groups of police gangs in the police department up there. And Adams was part of that. And he still is. That's why that new police commissioner, that female, she wanted to change things, and they was not going to let her do it. 2 ways. She's going to step down or be put down. So she realized she better step aside. So she did. She had no choice.
And that's why she stepped aside and went back to over Long Island. She went home back.
Yeah.
Went back home. Because we tell her, you ain't coming to New York City to come tell you what to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
You ain't coming. And I'm not a police officer, but I know this shit. If I grew up in this.
Yeah.
You have to know the head of state. Information only given to who need to know about it.
Well, Kevin Samuels' bottom line was teaching men, and men are saying it, to be submissive, and how Black women is not submissive enough and don't listen. And Black woman no man want to take care of a woman that don't listen to them and not cooperative and and submissive to them. And a lot of men like millions of men liked Kevin Samuels because of his message about that, and saying that he was right. So and a lot of men were saying that women want to get taken care of, that they should be listening and being submissive like back in the day women used to do.
Yeah, but you know, back in the day, women, most of them didn't work. They stayed home with the kids, so they had to live like that. They were submissive to a man because he was the breadwinner. But you know, in today's economy, you can't be that woman that stay home with the kids, and you got to have your own. You got to always have your own, and you should never allow yourself to be dictated to by anyone. You don't let no man tell you what to do or how to do it. You should be your own person. You know, if you with a man and he constantly telling you what to do or what not to do, you with the wrong person. And any man that want to do that over you is the wrong person. A real man, a strong man, and a sharp man wants somebody that's his equal, not somebody that's submissive to him. I think, I know a lot of women, but you know some.
I disagree. I believe most men don't want smart women. They want women.
Oh yeah, with most men, but I'm saying there is.
I don't believe that they want you to be on a equal. They want you. Most men want you just not to even say that much. They don't.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but you know, that's a woman. Yeah, but that's a woman's choice. She shouldn't want to be that way.
Majority of men. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but you know what? If you go along with that, then you got nobody to blame but yourself.
You said it. You said it. Tulip Abdul in certain videos.
I never said that.
No, you said that means if a woman don't listen to you, it's your way.
No. You took that. No, well, you took that. Wait a minute. You took it.
You have to play that script next.
No, well, you took it the wrong way. What I'm trying to say is, when I ask a woman, I never tell a woman what to do because she can't tell me what to do. So I'm not going to tell her what to do. I'll request something of her. I'll ask her to do something if I want to.
If you don't do it, it's your way or the highway.
Oh no. This is how it works. I will do what she wants me to do if she does what I want her to do. You know, that's a two-way street. If you don't do it, I'm not doing it either. You know, that's the way I am. I mean, I ain't going to demand it of you, but then you can't come back at me and want me to do something, and I'm not going to do it either. You didn't do what I asked you to do, so I'm not going to do what you asked me to do. It's not what I'm dictating to her. It's always a request. You know, and that's what I used to try with my parents. I said, you can request me to do something, but you can't tell me, you live in our house. I said, well, I don't have to live here. And you know what? Let me tell you something. A woman should never take a demand from a man. Never. Be yourself. Be your own person. You know, I ain't no dictator because I don't want nobody dictating to me. So why would I want to dictate to somebody else? Weak men want women to be submissive. You know, I think women should be respectful of themselves. You know better than they are, and they are no better than you are.
What do you have to say? Do you believe a woman should be submissive and listen to their man?
Who are you asking?
Please.
I hear you. I hear you.
I'm saying that most men want a woman, like Kevin Samuel was saying, to listen to them, to be submissive, and basically not to really say nothing. Let the man lead. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, every man can be a leader.
There you go. Got that right.
Every man can be a leader. And a woman know a leader when she see a leader. You see, in this town here, in this America here, the woman, most women, 99.9 women wear pantses. They don't wear skirts. They don't wear slip. But they don't know what slip is. So they wear pants and they want to dictate everything that goes around. But the 1% that a real man have, the man control. And take
now, Abdul said that a woman shouldn't listen to a man that controls her. That's what Abdul said.
Absolutely, yeah, that's right.
The 1% of a real man do what a real man's job is to do. The man not controlling the woman. The man is doing his part. He not spending the woman money. He doing what he's supposed. He providing. He taking care. He provide. He protect. He do what NYPD do. We protect and we serve. Correct?
Right.
That's what a 1% of the man does in this DNA. Because every other man is, every other he, she, me, she, he, this is all controlled by different things. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, Vaughn, what you think?
What about what men wanting? They don't want a submissive. What?
No, they want a submissive. Most, I'm saying that because that's what most men, the platform was about, and that's why a lot of men, like Kevin Samuel said, because they agree that most men want submissive women, whether they say it or not. They want submissive women. They want their woman to listen to them and to take their lead, and they want to be in control.
I would say a lot of men do want that, but I say the man that is evolved and what have you, he's for balance. So the thing is, if you're in a relationship, the thing is, it would, to me, and I would say it would seem to be more natural that both sides would fall into line. That, and if you're working together, so it is a back and forth thing. Meaning that there's no problem. You don't have a problem with him taking the lead outside, or being the head like that. But at the same time, he realizes and understands the asset that he has, and he's willing to listen to her, and they have discussions on what's going forth, and then he would be like the face of the couple, but they're working together. There's it's like, if you're working together, it's a flow. It goes back and forth.
So nowadays, people are scared to say the man take. I mean, people don't like a dude is saying that, don't say the man take the lead. Every organization have a leader.
Yeah.
But you can do that jointly, though.
You can have a leader, or else you have too many Indians trying to run shows. Everybody want to be a chief. You can't do that. Yeah. Somebody, you
got to have a balance between the two. See, and women should always be respected. Women, you better think highly of yourself, because if you don't think highly of yourself, ain't no man gonna think highly of you. You got to let him know exactly what you're about and how you want things. And you know something? Never be insistent. Always make it a request. You know what I like in the women? When a woman comes to me and says, I need you to do this, or I want you to do this. She's not making a demand. She's making a request. Because when I come to people, I come the same way. I don't demand anything of anybody. I say, hey, can you do me this favor? Or would you mind doing this way? I need this done specifically this way. That's the way I always come across. Never with a demand. I had two demanding parents, and that's why I fought against them, because I didn't want them to tell me what to do. Request it, never insist. A woman should always stand on her own, and she want a man that want a woman like that. She's the queen. And let me tell you something. When you're the queen, you don't necessarily have to have a king beside you either. He can just be your equal without you being controlled by a king. You should want an equal man. You shouldn't want a man that want to rule over you. You shouldn't want a man that want to dictate to you. Be with him because he's what you need. He's what you want, and vice versa. He's what you're what he needs, and you're what he wants. It should be an even Steven streak all the time. And never with I hate to say this, but never with a poor man. You can't reason with a poor man. That's out the question. That's impossible. And that's the truth. You can't. A poor man has a certain mentality that knowing he ain't never going nowhere. So
that's a fact.
If you with somebody like that, he ain't gonna want you to get above him, because you might already be above him.
And that is really true, because in this day and age, I seen it in my own life, right? My own lifestyle, because I have brothers. I said, yo, listen, we want to shoot for 200,000 in 2 months, and they're upset for the goal I'm shooting for. They not on the same page. So you can't. So brothers these days are not thinking the way we think. So it's a real talk, brother. Real talk.
Yeah.
So he that think he want to live the way he want to live with his penny and dimes, and we want to live with thousands. He's not
And if,
gonna listen.
if he's not thinking like that, then if the women make the money, he's gonna take it anyway and do something foolish. That's what Abdul is saying.
Oh yeah, she should keep her money to herself. First of all, you know something.
And
When you making money, you shouldn't let him know what. Long as it's enough for you, and you're making that money, he has no reason to know what you have. You should have a separate bank account from his, okay, and don't never let him know what you got. You should never do that because a smart man will never let you know what he got either. As long as you know he got money and he's making the money, don't try to get involved with his finances because he'll cut you off. A smart man will immediately cut you off. But you make money and you save your money and you try to use his money in place of yours. That's the way it's supposed to go anyway.
Okay, okay, so we're gonna start wrapping it up now. So Cleveland, do you have any final thoughts? And then we're gonna go to Angela, and then we're going to shut down for this evening.
My final thought to you, when you come up with your topics, them come up with something that not involve you. You don't have no husband, you don't have no boyfriend, and you're not looking for no starter, but you bring topics up. Wrong.
What are you talking about? Why is it wrong? We're talking about subjects that are out here and things that deserve a discussion. So, so the thing
and we are discussing about you two. But the topic you are bringing up based on your half a year ideas only.
No, this where I'm not here by myself. So the thing is put to the table, and we have people discuss their thoughts. It is open to others, and I had not been. Angela, have you been following the comments? Okay, we didn't have the comments this evening, but the thing is open to everyone's thoughts and opinion. There are facts in here. We're bringing up things. The reason why things are being brought up is to shed light on things, and these things it affects the community, and it is affecting the community in a way that is not such a good way. So the thing is, we bring it up not just to bring up things just to tear down or gossip, whatever, but to offer some insight and different thoughts to it in this way, to open people's minds and to get them thinking of alternative ways and means. So it's not just because this and that. Sometimes when you talk about your experience, you don't know what my experiences are. So what we're doing is I do share them whatever when I'm asked, and then when I'm going around and I'm asking and I'm moderating what's going on to see what other people are saying and thinking. So it's not all about me. So this is why we say multiple points of view, because our views, there are people that think the same way that each and every one of us think. So it's not just because this and that. You're speaking for other people, and then you're giving insights, and by hearing all these different voices, people can be open and they think of another way. Because a lot of times, and what Angela had mentioned earlier, is sometimes people don't know where to start or where to go. So by opening up a conversation, you give people an opportunity to revisit things, or to go deep diving and to think about it more deeply and in other ways, and see how it relates to other things. Now, every topic that we talk about is relating to something else. These are not topics separate and apart. And it's all going to go back to, you're going to find yourself, it's all about relating. How you relate to people, how you relate to yourself, how you relate to friends, another person, family members. In relationships, it's not all about romantic relationships or whatever. We're talking about different topics that will give you insights. And then the bigger picture is to show the connection of what's going on. Because you're thinking these topics are separate and apart. They're all related in some type of way. And then that's what we would like people to see. So that's why we have these topics. We don't want to just talk about one thing. We could talk about a variety of topics. And then eventually we want to get back to what we did before. We have the interviews, and have people come with specialties or whatever.
It was a great show. It was a great show, but I wasn't agree on the topic you come with, relationship. Why did we come up with a topic of Black History Month so we could teach the children them of Black History Month? You come with a topic about divorce and this and relationship topic.
That's what's going on in the country, my man.
We need topic for the show.
But you know what? Guess what? What you're saying, Cleveland, that's a big thing right there. Why we gotta relegate it to Black History Month? It's Black History 300
it's every day. That's
days
right.
of the year.
That's right.
And then we're talking about people that is Black history. If you don't have nobody here, or you make a legacy and create thing, what are you teaching? You know what I'm saying? So you got to show the Black history and how you relate to yourself. What's coming on? We talk about codes and stuff. That's part of the history and what makes up people. So it is important. So yeah, talk about what things that we all do things and create things that's notable that needs to be recognized and put out there into the atmosphere. So I hear what you're saying, but Black history is every single day. So
every
we can
day,
talk about
right,
something wonderful about our people. And this is what people we have gotten away from the basics. We talk about some great things. We got people we're not even teaching our kids
next month
next
month is March. Let's find some great interesting topic.
It's always an interesting topic, and it's always great. It's got nothing to do with the color of the skin, my man. Let me explain something to you. Divorce is a common thing today. It's all the time. And let me tell you something else. All of you don't know this. In the state of New Jersey, you have no fault divorce, meaning that you don't need a lawyer. You file the papers and you get divorced just like that. That's it. You don't even need a lawyer. New York, you need a lawyer. Other states around the country, you need a lawyer. New Jersey, you don't.
We live in New York, so we have to speak.
I know, but that's what I'm trying to say.
We live in New York, so we have to look at the topic of New York.
No.
New York is where we live. So
no, but the topics cover the country, my man, not just New York City. It covers everywhere.
Again, I live in New York.
I know you live in New York, but if you ever get married, get divorced, do it in New Jersey. You ain't got to pay.
Let's not talk about how to get out of it. Let's talk about how we get into so we can build.
Yeah, but but you come on now. You know you gotta look at the other side of that. Divorce today is a big thing. You know that. I know you don't get married for divorce, but you gotta always consider that. If things go south, not the way you want them to go, then bingo, you got to divorce this person. And you got to always look at the financial end. What are you going to gain from a divorce, or what are you going to lose from divorce? Let me give you one example, then let me get off. Snoop Dogg was going to divorce his wife. But when he went to his lawyer said, you're going to lose more than half of what you own. Hundreds of millions of dollars he would have lost by just divorcing his wife. So guess what? He's still with her. All about the money, always.
All right. So we're gonna wrap it up now. Thank you. I think it was a great show. Avon, you have your final thoughts?
Well, that was part of it when I answered Cleveland. The thing is, we're gonna have the conversations out there. We're going to talk about a variety of things, and the reason for the divorce dilemma, it was that because of that. It's likely because things don't work out, whatever. What does that mean? What is the criteria for getting into a commitment, and what are the criteria that will take you out? And that's what some of the things that I had wanted to discuss tonight. We talked about some, but we don't have to get on it. We just touch on it. And through other shows, it will come up, and we can go back to it and what have you. But what I want to say is, I want to thank our panel tonight. Cleveland, want to thank you for being here tonight and sharing your your thoughts and comments with us. And Abdul, you as well. Thank you so much for sharing and being here on the show. I want to thank my co-hosts for being there and helping with this endeavor that we have here. And Angela, you want to say your final thoughts and let people know, and then we're out.
Well, thank you for I would like to thank you for joining us on another episode of Conversation with A&A. We hope you enjoyed today's discussion as much as we did. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're ready to take control of your financial future, visit Redemption Credit at www.redemptioncredit360.com. Once again, that's www.redemptioncredit360.com. Until next time, remember to keep conversations going and stay tuned for more insightful content. See you in the next episode.
One thing before you go, Angela, what actually is that cover so people can know what that actually is about?
The what? Say that again.
I said, what actually does that cover that financial institution you talked about?
It's for credit checks. If you, credit repair. It's a credit repair company.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a credit repair company at redemptioncredit360.com.
Okay. Because people got to know what it is before they just.
Yeah, I repeat. I said it earlier in the beginning of the show, and I'm saying it again: www.redemptioncredit360.com, and you can go there to get your free credit analysis and consultation.
And with that, we say thanks once again to everybody. Thanks to our listening audience, and we're going to see you all on the next one. Take care. Good night, everybody.
And I want to say goodbye to everybody, and I want everybody to take their medication. Got to have a medication to work out.
Yes, I'm going to give you a new prescription, Abdul. Don't worry about it. Okay?
Good night.
Okay.
Good